Okay, looks like we're live. How's it going, everybody? So it has been a while since I checked out Plant Geezer. And he's got a bunch of videos up. So let's take a look. This one is called The Weirdest Thing I've Ever Seen. Vegan Cam. Check it out.
The two ahead of us.
What's your name again?
No! You like a gap? Ah! Ah!
What do you do?
That's the sound that they do.
When you get to the pub, play darts, man.
Take your face mask off.
One of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
The views. That is.
Oh, yeah.
Any way I can.
We don't have either now.
Hey, you're floating through.
I can video all I want, yes. Yeah, go on then, go on then, go on.
Plant Geezer.
First day on the hunt sub, we're down at Dorset Hunt Subs, Sherborne, DT9.
DT9, I reckon.
Never been before.
Never coming again.
I will be coming again from what I've just seen. And that is a seasoned sab. I don't know much about it. All I know is that they bully foxes on horseback. It's a seasoned
Detective.
sab and detective. And we're going to go out today and I'm going to learn a few things off. And
Hopefully no
we're going to
pressure
catch a
on
few
you.
bullies in the act and see why they get a kick out of ripping foxes apart with a bunch of dogs and nunces on horseback. How long have you been sabbing and that?
This is my second season sabbing. But it didn't really take long to get to grips with the idea of what's going on. Straight up, mate. Keep going to the lights on the left.
Lights on the left.
And then you've passed your test.
Other than they are dirty bullies, obviously, what can you tell us?
Well, where do you start?
Where do you start?
You've got to basically, obviously, stop them from chasing the fox and obviously killing the fox. But yeah, there's tactics we use. It's hard to explain unless you're in it. So I think Jake said you're going to do bits and pieces, aren't you? Filming and
yeah, we're going to see what happens, man. And
I'll explain as we go what we're doing, why we're doing that, and not that instead of that, when that would make more sense.
I can't imagine it's simple. I think there's tactics involved.
Yes.
To deter the hounds and to send them back the other way. I can imagine. So hopefully we can put a piece in the animal liberation puzzle today.
Absolutely. It's all got to be attacked in it from all angles. They all suffer the same. All have the capacity to suffer. They all want to live. Just leave them alone. Really simple. So we've got Weymouth Animal Rights with us, helping us today. As far as I know, we're doing BSV. There's War.
War.
What's up,
Yeah,
Jake?
Weymouth Animal Rights. Sorry.
WAR.
Yeah.
Today is war. Every day is war. Every day.
So we'll watch Jake's videos about hunt sabbing. Maybe we'll watch some hunt sab historical videos. I've also got this television debate about fur from the archives pulled up.
It's for the animals.
But like I said before, whether you're bullying foxes, whether you're bullying dogs, whether you're bullying cows, whether you're bullying pigs, whether you're bullying people, but thankfully the police are there to stop the bullying to people. So this is where the ABM steps in, and today we're stopping fox bullies. Can't really imagine getting out of bed with your mates and going, oh, let's go and bully foxes today. It's a bit strange.
Right, so this is a whip, obviously.
Don't with me. What happens there?
We are on the way to a hunt now. We'll meet up with War, the other team, Weymouth Animal Rights, and we will find the location, if they haven't found it already, of where the hunt set off from. And just basically follow them, board them, get them off the line of the fox if they get on the line of the fox.
There's a lot of cameras. How important are the cameras on the body?
Crucial.
Yeah.
Crucial. Because they're in there like bloodthirst, like delusions, and they're like just going for it. They forget they're being recorded. They forget. But the camera don't lie, do you know what I mean?
A very prominent thing in the UK, apparently.
Can you move over, please, mate?
Fine.
Do you mind moving over, please? Is that okay?
I'll move in a minute, thank
Yeah,
you.
if you just squeeze through. Is that
You
okay?
take me off the camera?
No, in public, mate.
Fine.
Public, in public.
Yeah, and I'm a member of the public.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
no,
off the
I can
camera.
video all I want, yeah.
I'll smash it out
Yeah,
your
go on then,
camera.
yeah, go on then. Go on. Go on. Go on, do it. I dare
Bart.
you. You want to have a dance over here?
Fucking scout little prick.
Thanks, mate. Using your kid as a weapon. That poor kid has got no time. Yeah, he was well scared.
Sadly, aggression like this isn't uncommon within fox hunting circles or in the surrounding communities. Studies have long shown a strong link between violence towards animals and violence towards people. Cruelty doesn't exist in isolation. When disrespect for life and compassion becomes normalized, it can spill over into wider abuse and intimidation. Encounters like this highlight how deeply rooted aggression can be in a culture that excuses the suffering of animals. What's up, Wes? What's up, Hess? What's up, UK freedom fighter? What is it with the fox hunting in the UK? Not that America is any better, but it's just a weird tradition over there.
Oh. Nah, fucking missed it.
You can see us spraying.
I mean, Americans do their share of hunting, obviously. I don't think this happens in America, though, where people dress up like dongs and ride horses around to hunt foxes. I don't think that's in America. It doesn't happen here.
Just where there'll be like a gap.
Yeah.
And these are where foxes will have.
I could be wrong.
Runs, which they
Maybe, some people from the
which they
UK
can
came
run
over and
in.
brought it.
That's why we're just spraying over these.
Yeah.
Because if a fox does go down these runs,
yeah,
they'll choose the same runs time and time again, and we've already pre-sprayed it. So,
why'd you try and run me over, mate?
Eh?
Why'd you try and run me over?
Because you're trespassing.
Oh, really?
Okay, no problem, we'll retrieve that.
Oh, this could be here.
filming this way, the fox comes out of that side of the field, and then we've got
Jake's upping his game up with this production value. Nice camera quality, everything.
another Sab facing the other way, so I can film her, and she's also filming that side of the wood.
Yeah.
So whenever we're out filming, we always try and cover as many angles as we can, even with as few of us. So whichever way the fox runs out, we can see it. And we also don't like to stand too close to the actual field or hedge lines, because we can effectively do the huntsman's jobs and scare it back into where they're hunting. We need to give it a chance to run past us.
Yeah. So am I right in saying you've got the terrierman, the quad bikes, and you've got the foxes?
Yeah, support.
Oh, it's giant.
Get in the way, can I run you over?
Can you run me over?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Tough guy.
Have you always bullied the foxes? Have you always bullied foxes?
I bullied fox.
You don't bully them?
No.
What do you do then?
Cool.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, any way I can.
Why?
They attack chicken and sheep.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, you
You attack the sheep, don't you?
No.
You pay for their slaughter?
No, it's not weird.
Okay, so you can stab them in the neck.
Eh?
You can stab them in the neck, but you can't. The fox can't hunt it. So we've had sheep bullies, cow bullies, and now we've got the fox bullies.
Why do you do that?
I'll stop people from bullying. I'm from the ABM.
So,
Pardon?
I should think so.
I do. Because it's just common sense to not bully the weak and the vulnerable. You know what I mean? What do you say about that? Do you bully the foxes, mate? Do you bully the foxes? You don't bully?
Right, we're getting a pickup on the road, so we're going.
We got another bully. Got another bully. Bullying the foxes in here.
Get his reg, mate.
All these old farts doing this shit. Swearing is okay, UK freedom fighter. I believe. I believe it's fine. What's up, Jason? What's up, Hummus? They did this in Maryland, Jake? Okay. It's disappointing.
Threatening violence towards you.
Over, he said. So that bloke, before I'd even said anything to him, said, "Can I run you over if you get in the way?" And what I did miss on the way up this track was him coming at us at what, 40 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour?
At least.
On a dirt track. We had to jump out the way. I've been here for what, 25 minutes, and I've seen a lot of aggression. Is this the norm?
Yes. Normally not this aggressive straight off the bat.
Oh, it's my lucky day.
Yeah, it is. Sab, watch your back, because Sab, just watch him. I think he'll be all right. But
Abs, come in behind your vehicle, so do not run us over. Do not run us over as
Don't
we're
fucking run us
exiting
over.
onto the field. No!
Whoa!
Right, Sab.
He just tried to run me over. Why did you bully the foxes? Why do you bully them, man? Why don't you get to the pub, play darts, man?
I told him politely. Right.
Why'd you do it, man?
All fucking old men.
It's always the ones that can't fight back, innit, man?
Don't overload that Land Rover.
Should got that seatbelt on this safety. He wants to wear seatbelt.
Speak our fucking language.
Why don't you do it to animals that fight back? The things that you could be doing, man. Do you know what I mean?
Playing bingo.
No,
Go play some bingo.
don't get out, mate. Don't.
Yeah, leave it. Is it locked?
Yeah, I've locked
I just want to do. I just want to say something.
No, don't.
Oh, is it locked?
Go watch your pictures.
3 times.
Oh, shut up, Stephen.
Why do they do this?
To slow us down, basically. If we know where the hounds are, and
Wow.
especially if he knows a fox has been seen,
Yeah.
he'll try and slow us down.
So we can't interact. We can't stab, basically. What he'll do now? Watch,
That's dangerous driving. If you get to go around him now and he blocks it, he's dangerous driving, isn't it?
But what he'll do?
Yeah.
You'll watch in a minute. You'll watch him. He'll go. He'll go. Come past, because he wants you to break the law. So he's.
Look at him here. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Right,
Jesus.
Tara.
So we do stick to footpaths where we can. We use OS maps. This green line is on a public footpath, so anyone can access it at any time. So we stick to those. Unless we see a fox, then a crime is committed if they are in pursuit of it, and then we will go off a footpath because we are perfectly within the law to do that, and the police.
Didn't they outlaw this in the what's the deal? Anybody in the UK can fill me in. I thought this was outlawed, but I don't understand what the law says there. What's the rule? It's like you can't use dogs. Is that the rule? You can't use hounds.
Despite the lies of the bullies.
Yeah.
Half of these will be fisting them in their own time.
That sound. That's a sound that they do to try and coax out sleeping foxes. And that noise as well.
What's the purring?
The same thing, same purpose. I mean, how the fuck can you say someone's laid a trail through that? Look at it.
If you're following a trail, right? Why are you making noises like that? Burring and. You're going to tell me trails are sentient? That'd be the next thing.
Yeah. Trial of matter.
Air horn. Disrupt
PLM.
this whole thing.
It's a bit thick for a trowel, isn't it?
What are you on point in a wood? How strange.
Would you be able to get through there?
Lay a trail.
No trail.
Do you not use your horse as a weapon? But I'm just interested. How did you get a trail in here?
I hope you've had your Tic Tacs. Imagine if this was your mum or your sister, man, being involved in this. Incredible. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. A woman doing this. Fucking female doing this.
Supposed to protect, aren't they? Nurture.
Protect and nurture. Disgusting.
They all dress up in this stupid little outfit.
Be ashamed of yourself, man. Never had pain, no suffering.
It's weird how there's a uniform for this behavior. And even weirder how stupid it looks. That they apparently are proud to wear this little get-up.
No fear. Ever. You don't know what it's like, do you? Tired.
Don't want to be on camera.
What about if it was your horse? Would you protect your horse? Oh, there's another. Come
Why
here.
is she showing
Oh
that?
my God, look at him, man. Wow.
Make sure you get my best angle.
Make sure what? Sorry, mate.
Make sure you get my best
I don't think you got a best angle, mate, to be honest.
in my house.
It's a face on your mother could love that. Look at them ears. Do you only bully the defenseless?
Do you want to explain that noise? If you're following a trail hunt, why is he making that noise? You know why he's making that noise. Fucking liar.
Have you always bullied animals? Does it run in the bloodline, does it? The bullying?
What up, doggo?
Because animals that could rip your head off, you wouldn't bother, would you? You wouldn't bother, would you?
Doggo, I ain't seen you in a while.
Because you know, don't you?
How you been, doggo? You know, doggo, I've been going through my games without an advisor. And it's been tough. It's been really tough. I'm rudderless, doggo. What's up, Spooky? Blankies are puts on. Yeah, it's good. New job. Yeah, have a talk with your bosses or whoever, your boss. It's illegal, freedom fighter says. They claim they are trail hunting, following scents. Okay.
Okay.
Because you know, don't you?
What was that, fox?
Okay.
You're a joke, man. You do this like what the fuck?
So they must not be allowed to make noise? Because I would think like a good air horn at this point would disrupt everything.
Absolutely incredible.
Leave it! Get back!
There's the
Get back
hounds.
to him! Leave it!
Leave it! Who told you to do this, man?
So
Just culture. Who told you to do this, man?
So if this is illegal, can they then turn this into the authorities? There's the proof of the dogs being used.
No one wakes up and just fucking does this. Someone told you, didn't they? And you were given your beliefs, weren't you?
I mean, I know how silly a notion it would be to expect the authorities to actually do something about the animal abusers, but you know.
Break it on, break it on, break!
You're not embarrassed one bit doing this?
Over. Yeah, past the drive they're going towards. North foot team, the two ahead of us. On a horse, they're there to try and push a fox back in.
North Stab, do you need a pickup? Stay there, we're going to past the drive.
Wow.
Oh, especially him.
Bully number 3. Bully number 3.
That's you.
A penis on a horse. It's such a what a look. Horns are used to call off the dogs by the sabs. Good. Well, I hope the new job's going well there, doggo. It's good to see you.
Women over in the 70s.
Bully number 6, bully number 7.
Do you not feel ridiculous?
All in uniform. Why aren't you guys wearing your little penis hats?
Does her breath smell on the back of that? It's always the vulnerable, isn't it? Why is it never the ones who can fight back? Why do you all bully the foxes, man? Why do you all bully? It's mad. Sam!
Someone should study the psychology of people like this, you know? I mean, I would say it's probably micro penis, but there are women there. There are women doing it too. What's the equivalent?
We don't have eyes on that. We have hounds crossing the road just north of Stockbridge Oak.
Yeah, this is Norfolk team. We can see hounds at Lower Stockbridge Farm over.
Copy that.
Bully number 12.
He's got a little top hat on. What a British dandy he is.
How long you been bullying, mate?
Sorry?
How long you been bullying?
Bullying what?
Foxes? Yeah. I believe ya.
I agree with Jake. This is the weirdest thing.
Hey, who's flying through?
Can you not sit? Is he literally?
You know he's up.
Oh, it's getting off. Right, make sure you got it on your body cam.
Yeah. Have you got your Tic Tacs yet?
Illegal what we're
You
doing.
would, because it's wildlife and you're in the countryside.
It's
I don't know if
true.
you're aware of that.
Yeah.
You would have seen deer
We're
and
aware of
pheasants.
your line.
I mean, the women are partnered up with the micro penis people, so. Yup, hummus. Yup, John.
Get away from me.
Don't try to kick me.
Yeah, I will if you come near me.
Get away.
Don't try to.
Away. Get away.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Hey, classic. Absolute classic. Oh, okay.
At that dude's age, like, he might have hurt himself doing that fake fall. Oh, man, that would have been hilarious.
Interfering with a drone pilot is an offence.
Steve, you need to move on. You need to move on.
Did you get your Tic Tacs?
You got a phone
Hello.
standoff.
See that drone at all?
I can't see none of them, Steve.
Cannot see the drone at all.
How long you been bullying? Have you been bullying for long or?
Let me go back to Birmingham, Liverpool.
Go and pinch your car.
We're getting on the fight, honestly.
Go and fish the cat.
Let's see that acting again. I want to see it.
Get away from me.
Don't try to kick me.
Yeah, I will if you come near me.
Get away.
Don't try to.
Away. Get away.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Hey, classic. Absolute classic. Oh, okay.
You might want to wait for them to do the action before you start your acting.
Interfering with a drone pilot is an offence.
Steve, you need to move on. You need to move on.
Did you get your Tic Tacs?
Endless
Helen,
Cannot
entertainment.
see that drone at all.
I can't see none of them, Steve.
Cannot see the drone at all.
None of your
How long you been bullying? Have you been bullying for long or?
I think you've been bullying for long.
Go and pinch your car.
We're getting on the fight, honestly.
Go and fish the cow. I bet you fish cows as well, don't you? You lot.
See that, you get that.
Go and fist the cow.
Drones up.
Oh no, this looks like they're marking the ground in the wood opposite Burton Common on this side of the road.
It's going to be like another tunnel 4.
You lot stink, man. I can smell you through the finger, man.
I was going to say.
It's the Vids. That is fucking a Vids.
Wow, look at that mouth.
You know why that happens? It's because it's got a bit in its mouth all day long, and he's pulling and he's pulling and he's pulling, and
Wow.
the horse can't breathe properly.
Do you want me to spot you?
On the yellow road south of Grey.
I don't know. You think the stud farmer?
Widow.
I guess they just don't care what a joke they are. I guess not. That's a real lack of awareness. I mean, God, like you have to, you look in the mirror sometimes and you see how dumb it looks, right? Man.
Okay, copy that.
We're off to Burton Common, which is Common Land, funnily enough. Name's in the title. And this is where I got assaulted.
Come on then, fuck off! Fucking come round here, fucking doing that then!
I'm going!
Whoa, fuck off! Fuck off! Get out!
Not the first sab to be assaulted, not the last sab to be assaulted. Yeah, but I got shoved to the floor basically, charged that with a quad, shoved to the floor, had my whip taken off me, and he got away with it in court.
7 counts of assault, wasn't it?
7 counts that day,
7,
yeah.
was it?
Two on me, and then on the other sabs as well. Unreal. Yeah,
Quite
I
a
think
deal with it.
as a sab, and as all animal rights defenders, we've got to feel the fear and do it anyway, because it's not about us.
We're by the sewage works. We can't see or hear anything.
Copy that.
No.
More injured sheep.
Yep.
Foot rot, maybe.
Oh, hang on.
So you got-
hang on. I didn't see it. Now I see it. Give me a sec. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. I should go to my stream thing and then see the all the bits and jewels and poops and things that you guys send. Oh, false alarm. Damn. That means probably money was taken from me for something. Damn. Got my hopes all up. Hang on, let me look. Oh, that's good, Axel. I like that. I like that plan. Thank you. So you're live. You're doing your live. Hit like and subscribe on Axel's stream if you're watching. Hang on. I like a good simp. I do. I do.
Cars up and down here, and they're called the support.
Yeah.
And they just wait to watch the chaos. And what would these be doing? The
Terriers, like the little dogs that they'll use to shoot down into a hole to flush out an animal. So yeah, they'll follow them on quads, they'll follow the hunt, and when they need to go in to a wood, to a hole, they will go in to retrieve a fox out of a hole.
wow.
If it's being chased into one, because naturally the fox will want to escape just like any other animal would,
Yeah.
just like we would.
Why are you with them? What kind of, well, take your face mask off.
I'll take it off. I haven't got nothing to hide. I'm just doing documentary.
Yeah, do any terrorists go around with face masks? I can tell you that because I'm a soldier.
So what is the aim of
I'm sorry?
the game?
Take your
Just like we would.
why are you with them? What kind of, well, take your face mask off.
I'll take it off. I haven't got nothing to hide. I'm just doing documentary.
Yeah, do any terrorists go around with face masks? I can tell
Only terrorists go around with face masks.
you that because I'm a soldier.
So what? So
I can tell you that because I'm a soldier. What? Lady. No.
What is the aim of the game? The aim is to find a fox.
No, certainly not. Actually, we're not allowed to find foxes. No.
Film.
Okay.
Why do they need this? So they're breaking the law to do this because it's that important to them.
Don't block the road, please.
There they go.
One of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Don't interfere with them. Don't interfere with them.
Tony! Oh, that's Clem! You know, that's Clem! Oh, that's Clem! Follow back! Follow back!
I'm just here for the action, man. What are you doing? I'm a neutral, man. I'm here for the action. I'm not part of these. I'm just here for the. I'm here to. Mate, I'm not. I've got nothing to hide, man. I'm not. I'm here for the action for YouTube. I've just done a nice interview with the lady down the road, the jogger. Trust me. I'm not from here.
Right.
I'm not. Promise you. I don't tell lies, mate. Honestly. I've never been.
Why have you got a mask on?
Because I've heard that. I don't know. They can come after you and shit. I don't know. I don't need to. Look. I'm fine.
He's literally just a film.
Would you do a chat? Would you do a tour?
Hey?
Would you do a tour about it? No.
Who are you and why are you?
What, in an angry way or?
No, I don't get angry.
No anger. I'll do meditation as well.
No.
I need it.
That was a close one, Tony. Good try. He just said they're packing up, by the way.
Tony.
You nearly mowed me down, man. I shit myself. I'm just here for the documentary, man.
You got some action.
It's been an interesting day, put it that way.
Exactly.
It's just bullshit.
Fox runs right between the hunt and support. We believe this fox was chased and turned where they ran in front of NDHS Sabs, who called the hounds off. Nice.
But I know it's not their fault, but I hate going near them.
Yeah.
Hunt Sabs deserve a medal. Of all the activism I've done, this is the hardest, the most intimidating, and the most courageous. To confront cruelty directly and protect the innocent demands a strength few will ever see.
Sab 1 and Sab 2, thank you for showing me the ropes and showing me what goes on. Eventful day. I take it that's a normal day.
Yeah, standard.
Is that what you'd see on a typical day, the aggression and...
Yeah, the aggression,
Sabs.
blocking us from filming, going into woodland, which is overgrown, pretending they've laid a trail when clearly it's impossible. We did see a fox, didn't we?
Yeah.
Fox on film.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Clear signs of breaking the law then. There's no doubt about that.
So we all sprang into action. You did spraying, I did spraying with citronella spray to cover the scent of the fox.
Did you say it was a win?
We definitely did save some foxes, but there was about 40 minutes, I'd say, where we were not onto them, and anything could have happened in that time.
I mean, we could always do with more recruits, more help,
To be honest, it helps having people who can run as well. A drone, anyone who likes, who can use a drone.
Even watchers as well, innit? People just to watch and
Yeah.
get on the walkie-talkie and help out and stuff in it. And
Yeah, you don't even have to leave your vehicle. You could just stay in the car as well.
what I've seen today, these people deserve a medal. You really do. So well
And
done.
in the week, so the hunt we've done today, they'll be out on a Monday, Thursday, and a Saturday. So it's not just on a Saturday; it's in the week as well. So they'll be out constantly in all weathers, rain or shine.
Good guys.
So they might have killed. A kill can happen very quickly, and sometimes we don't always know. But I think we're optimistic that they didn't kill today.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to join North Dorset Hunt Sabs or any other Sab group near to you, the time is now, because Labour, hopefully in the next 2 years, are going to ban trail hunting, stag hunting, hare hunting for good. So if you want to get involved and be part of history, you need to do it now, because they will be out every day of the week, minus Sunday. So if you've got any time in the day, early morning, afternoon, just contact your nearest Sab group.
All right. There's that video. You guys know what to do. Sub to Jake, Plant Geezer. What's up, Felix? Victoria Hart. I was assaulted during a protest against horse carriage rides at a public event. The male who assaulted me blanked himself a few years later. Thank you, Doggo. Yep, 2 streams. All these streams are going to be 2 now, I guess. If I just do the one, and Kane will say, why don't you have the other one? And if I have the other one, then I don't get the mobile viewers. So, okay, that was pretty interesting. So it's just sort of a recap. Let's take a look. Point of view, what hunt stabbing is that?
Get your hand on. Which one was it for? Yeah. Film was carrying that. Yeah. We'll follow him enough, yeah.
Jesus.
No.
Right.
Private land.
Private land, mate. Come on, respect it. Footpath's not a problem, mate. Just Riley, stop it. Riley, just give in.
So much for that.
Yes.
Hey, but you know they're going to be arguing now.
Yeah.
What a lovely day. Foxes are often torn apart alive by packs of hounds. When hunts lose the cat, death is often violent and prolonged.
We've lost eyes on hunting the hound. Kane and have gone to the west of the Coos. And we're going to, sorry, the east of the Coos, and we're going to head to the west. So, Sab, if we pull out,
You don't get too close, do you?
sounds still sound like they're in the centre of it somewhere.
Yeah, copy that.
in case the huntsman loops back round.
No, they had a very
I wouldn't film. Just...
What you say, sorry?
What happened?
Loops back round.
No, they had a very
I wouldn't film. Just...
Fall off the horse. What you say, sorry?
Wellies are not the best things to be running around in, are they?
What, wellies? Yeah, we're all right. I'm an athlete, you see. Yeah, got ya. Oh, fuck you.
Young foxes are targeted before adulthood. Cub hunting, also called autumn hunting, takes place before the main season when fox cubs are only months old.
Looking for badger sets.
Yeah.
Because they will often block them.
Yeah.
So one, it's a sign that they're coming up here. Two, it's illegal.
Yeah.
So there's two groups that are already there, Ava.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Chances are we'll end up coming your way anyway, so we're all in good possession.
How long is it for you? Go on.
I was going to say we could just undo it.
Oh, over the top.
No, it's alright, I'll just find it.
Sweet.
Boxes, or they will set the hounds down like the fiddle boundaries quite a lot.
Nonce.
You guys staying on foot?
Yeah.
These people must be so fucking miserable to want to go out in the fucking mud and shit to hunt foxes. Oh, I'd be so annoyed to be out there. I mean, it'd be an honor to stand up for the foxes, of course. I'd be so annoyed by these penises riding around on horses. Oh, man.
Wow.
That dog will stay.
The field team's just there.
So I don't know if anyone can get eyes on the other side of it, Ava.
Foxes are intelligent, playful, family-oriented animals, and in the UK, they're still chased to exhaustion and death for sport.
We need to get around there.
Look at this little club.
Come on now.
Hounds frequently intimidate rural residents. Reports regularly include hounds running through private gardens, school grounds, and farmland. People who try to intervene or film hunts have described harassment and intimidation. Dude, these people are not intimidating. They are not intimidating people. They are jokes, man. I mean, I'd be struggling not to laugh if somebody approached me on a horse looking like a straight up dong.
hounds, but we've got the
that's so short.
really struggling to get back on his horse actually.
I'm supposed to be intimidated by this.
But yeah, he's on the yellow road by high lanes.
This. Give me a fucking break.
Muppet. Oh shit. Yeah.
Scientific studies show fox populations can be managed through non-lethal methods like habitat control or deterrence, yet hunting persists largely for tradition and social status, not necessity. Even government reviews have failed to show it's an effective or humane form of pest control. Well, the pests are the people riding around on the horses. Those are the pests. So we need an effective pest control for them.
Copy that. Can I just check? Can I follow them on a... Sounds like there's a single hound kicking off at something.
Do you have a question it? Huh? Do you have a question this? Nah.
I think he's getting him on point at the north.
He was moving very quick then. I think if we stay here, they will, Steph's other foot team are walking towards us, so they're getting their vehicle struck. Their foot team off at Stanton.
Plant Geezer Coaching is the first service in the UK that is 100% vegan and combines a coaching service with high protein meal preps and high protein.
All right, Plant Geezer. Nice. Very nice. It's so stupid, doggo. It's so stupid. Yeah, I'm sure it can get intimidating, but they sure as fuck don't look intimidating to me. They look like jokes. Absolute jokes. All right, let's check out this thing right here. Share this one. Okay, here you got archive of animal liberation films on the net. Already gave it a like. This one's called The Time, the Place for regional television program from Newcastle featuring an audience discussion on the subject of fur. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's very true there.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock and we are, for a change, in Newcastle. Now, is fur slinking its way back into fashion? Not long ago, the fur trade was literally dead on its feet, I think that's the right phrase, after a sustained campaign by various animal rights groups. But now it seems to be making a comeback on the catwalks. Could it? Or should it?
1993, guys. It's a good lesson to Note that they were saying that fur was dead in 1990. I'm hearing the same rhetoric today.
Oh, that's the right phrase. After a sustained campaign. Good morning, it's 10 o'clock and we are, for a change, in Newcastle. Now, is fur slinking its way back into fashion? Not long ago, the fur trade was literally dead on its feet. I think that's the right phrase. After a sustained campaign by various animal rights groups. But now it seems to be making a comeback on the catwalks. Could it, or should it, return to the high street? We are going to start off the discussion with Jenny, and it might then become extremely lively in the not too distant future. Now, you, I rather suspect, are for fur.
Yes, I love my fur. I've had it a very long time. It keeps me warm and I love it.
Now, what is it?
It's not your fur. It was the animal's fur, and it was keeping them warm. You could wear something else. And by the way, you look really stupid, like really stupid.
That makes you love it so much, bearing in mind the fact that you know a lot of other people have become very strongly anti?
Because I'm heavily into freedom of choice and freedom of speech and
Not for the animals. Not for the animals. You're not for freedom of choice.
democracy. And if I, because I'm heavily into
Virtue signaling about fucking democracy, you fucking fur hag bitch.
freedom of choice and freedom of speech and democracy. And if I want to wear this or tights or take my knickers off, whatever I want to do, it's my business.
Yeah, you can do that. What? Man. Nobody's calling you out for that. They're calling you out for your stupid ass fur coat.
What other people want to do with their lives and whatever, it's their business. I'm English. I live in England. If I can't wear the winter coat of my choice and walk safely down the street, what have we got? A dictatorship?
That was the stupidest thing that I've heard. Say that. Let me hear that again.
What other people want to do with their lives and whatever, it's their business. I'm English. I live in.
I'm English. I live in England. Okay, relevance. What does that have to do with anything?
England. If I can't wear the winter coat of my choice and walk safely down the street, what have we got?
If I can't wear the winter coat of my choice and walk safely down the streets, I mean, is she implying that it's unsafe for her to walk down the street because she's wearing fur? Because she might, what? Have someone say something to her? Or, you know, in all these cases that we hear about where people get fake blood thrown at them.
Dictatorship.
How many years have you owned that fur?
10 years. And it's older than 10 years.
So you bought it at about the time when the anti-fur campaign was going on?
I think just before.
Just before?
Maybe just before, yeah. I've also got a jacket, a mink jacket.
And you're determined to stick to it?
Oh, I've been punched at, spat, kicked for wearing a coat of my choice, and I have.
Punched at.
Not stopped. I've also got a jacket, a mink jacket.
And you're determined to stick to it?
Oh, I've been punched at, spat.
Punched at kind of sounds like you didn't get punched. Because if you had gotten punched, you probably would say, I got punched. I got punched at. What does that mean? That means someone did that? I don't. Okay. All right. All right, this lady. You know, okay. All right, let's just continue.
Kicked for wearing a coat of my choice, and I have not stopped wearing it. And I would not expect to walk up to other people and say, God, how dreadful, you're wearing a fake fur. It looks ghastly, it looks synthetic. Why don't you take it off? I wouldn't dream of telling people what to do. This is England.
But really, walking down a high street on a summer's day, you had people go for you?
It was a freezing, bitterly cold day.
It was a cold day.
I was absolutely frozen. I was in Cambridge. I had my 8-year-old daughter by my side. And a 6'4" guy dressed in army fatigues walked up to me throwing bits of paper. And I said, no thanks, you know, I'm shopping. And he said, he actually stood up. Oh, sorry.
Instant karma, instant karma. Thank you. Sorry, let's see that again.
And he said, he actually stood up. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry for the boom.
Sorry about that.
And I'm sorry for her hair. It's all right, don't worry.
And you know, you can see I'm quite small. I'm quite small.
Yes.
He's 6'4", and he said, he stood up, throwing bits of paper, and I said, no.
Sorry, hang on.
Thanks, I'm shopping. And he said, he actually stood up. Oh, sorry.
I like how he did it too.
Yeah, she stood up.
W microphone guy. He knew what he was doing.
Sorry.
I'm sorry for the boom.
Sorry about that.
And I'm sorry for her hair. It's all right, don't worry.
And you know, you can see I'm quite small. I'm quite small.
Yes.
He's 6'4", and he said, "Hey, Michael." He said, "If you didn't take this card, I'll put it down your throat."
Really?
And it was a link.
He said what?
If you didn't take this card, I'll put it down your throat.
If you don't take this card, I'll put it down your throat. That's what the 6'4" guy in army fatigue said to you. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Really?
And it was a Lynx card.
Yeah. Cool.
And my child, by the way, was screaming and yelling by my side, 8 years old. So he loved animals, but he hated my child and he hated me. Don't do that, boom. Boom.
It's such a blatant show of exhibitionism in all my life.
It's
The program is supposed to be about fur. It isn't about you. You are not the star of this program. We're supposed to be debating whether or not fur is going to
Nice.
be debating about feminism in all my life.
He hated my child and he hated me. Don't do that, boom. Boom.
It's such a blatant show of exhibitionism in all my life. The program is supposed to be about fur. It isn't about you. You are not the star of this program. We're supposed to be debating whether or not fur is going
To be fair, though, I don't think we're going to top that moment. I hope we do. I hope we do, but that I think it's probably downhill from here.
No, can I have the boom? May I ask our boom operator? No, come on, lads. No, stop it.
showing your ignorance.
Stop it, yeah? You can have the argument later on, but if you mind. May I just ask the boom operator, are you okay, chap? Yeah, everything all right? Good, right. Excellent.
No.
Can I turn to other...
No, I'm not okay. She injured me. Lawsuit.
Ladies who are clearly rather involved in fur.
I absolutely agree with Jenny. I am here because I'm totally naffed off.
You're what? I'm sorry, you're what? Look at all these fucks wearing fur coats.
Involved in fur.
I absolutely agree with Jenny. I am here because I'm totally naffed off by having people come up.
I'm totally, you're naffed off. Okay, naffed off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why are you naffed off?
I'm naffed off because I have the same feelings as Jenny. There are people who eat meat. I'm vegetarian, right? I do not go snatching steaks. I don't throw things through people's window. I am particularly anti-lynx. I've had eggs thrown at me. Incidentally, when I was in a fake fur, and they are too ignorant, half of them. You're speaking of ignorance, darling, you haven't lived.
No, well, don't, no, listen, please.
No, but that annoyed me.
Yes, all right, well, yes, but please calm.
Because they say they're so ignorant, they don't often know when you've got a real fake on and when you've got a real fur on. I mean, they're just...
Yeah. So so you're making a great point that you could just wear fake fur, right? And then if you don't want the embarrassment, then don't wear either of them. You fucking Karen.
Other bullies, they pick on women. I mean, if men were walking down the road in a wolf coat, I'm sure they're not going to pick on the chaps.
And they're never
It's just bullying tactics.
They're never nice to you. They never say, look, why do you wear that? It makes me feel sick or something, which case
Should they be nice to you?
I'd still say it's none of your business, but it's always nasty, aggressive
Bullying.
people.
Sorry, yeah. Is the nasty behavior comparable to what you caused animals to go through in any way? Like, did you get anally electrocuted? Vaginally electrocuted? Since you're so all about women's rights, right? It's always the women that are getting bullied, right? You fuck.
Who come and push you or come and call you an
How many
effing
years
bitch.
have you owned your fur?
I've had fur all my life. I'm not rich, but I have had you or come and call you an
How
effing
many years
bitch.
have you owned?
Well, you are a fucking bitch. Sorry. That's just the facts.
Your fur.
I've had fur all my life. I'm not rich, but I
And
have
do you want
had
to
fur.
stick to it for the rest of your life?
I certainly will, and I
And-
won't be intimidated.
And you?
Yes, certainly.
The
And I
same.
won't be
You are
bullied by other
intimidated.
people. Perhaps if they want to try and convince people, well, most people are against, well, everybody's.
They always look kind of the same, don't they? Like there's always a look. It looks like privilege, guys. It looks like fucking privilege.
Against cruelty, hopefully. This isn't about cruelty. This is about the right to wear something. Farming a mink isn't a lot different to farming a chicken.
What I'd like
No, hang on. Farming a mink is not that different to farming a chicken. Explain that.
But farming a chicken
Oh,
is
let's
cruel,
say
you
it.
silly woman. Farming
you
a
eat
chicken is
chicken?
cruel.
Do you eat chicken?
No, I don't eat chicken.
Obviously, you know, it's nice to be idealistic and turn everything into a real world. Where people
How are you
live-
doing out there? As you can see, it's going to get a little bit.
Good television. Why did they stop doing this? Why did they stop? It's good TV. It's good TV. Come on now. The time, the place. Yeah, that's right, doggo. It is the time and the place. Yeah.
From a mink farm,
Stay
it's not a
cool.
free-range
Do you know
mink.
what happens to these minks?
Free
Yes,
range.
I
Free
do.
range.
No, listen, love. Could you please let other people have a go? You will get your opportunity.
So all the fur hags on this side and the anti-fur people over here.
You for or
Personally,
against
I'm
fur?
not pro or anti-fur in such because I believe wearing fur is a matter of personal taste.
Yes.
But what I think, I think this debate's becoming very subjective and a matter of personalities. When really, what I want to know is this debate about, people's choice, or is it about animal rights in general? And there's a lot of people sitting here on the anti-fur who I've noticed are wearing the odd bits of leather. And what I want to know is, if it's about animal rights, if they're against wearing a fur as being a matter of animal rights, what differentiates between the right of a cow, a pig or a sheep, whatever the shoes are made of, and the right of a mink? Because as far as I'm concerned, animals have no rights. Only human beings have rights.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to this side. I want one last person to give me one last.
Yeah, but the question is, should they have rights?
View. Is this fur?
That is fur, that's lamb. And most people haven't got the sense to realise that a product has died for food before it's been turned into a coat. And they haven't got the sense to realise that the men that wear leather jackets and criticise it are wearing in reverse that is leather.
Right. So
And they
you're-
haven't got the sense to pick out that hasn't died to
So
become a
you're
Well, you're right that it would be hypocritical to be wearing leather and calling out fur. It doesn't make much sense. But that's not the strong point that you think it is. It's actually a point for the other side.
saying if people are wearing leather shoes,
They've
you have got
leather
the same
coats,
right
they've got the
to
same
wear a
rights to
lamb's
wear a
fur
fur.
coat.
Plus, they have smashed a multi-million-pound business that hundreds of families relied on for their living. And those people, and now we've got a skill that has completely gone out of England.
Oh, what a
And you have to
shame.
rely on the continent to bring this stuff in.
Right, I am now going to turn to this side.
Damn, that's terrible.
To get the counter views, and the argument I'm sure will become hectic, but let me start off with you. Against, let me ask you the simple question, why?
I'm from a group called Respect for Animals. We're a group that campaigns against the fur trade. The reason why is because if you're wearing fur, you're wearing the skins of animals which have been killed just for fashion. It takes up to 40 animals to make a fur coat. Those animals either suffer in traps in the wild where they're caught, or they're caged in tiny wire cages on fur factory farms. And there are 24 fur factory farms in Britain where mink and Arctic fox are kept in tiny wire cages, which drive them mad. Animal behaviourists and the government's own welfare body have said this before being gassed or lethally injected just for fur. It's wrong to wear fur, it's unnecessary, and we want to see the fur trade banned worldwide, just in the way that other trades where wildlife is killed for fashion have been banned.
Yes, but no, can I please, before you start having the argument, get another view from somebody else on this side, and then you can start going at each other.
Off.
Could you explain?
Tess is naffed. We naffed off Tess. Oh, man. Who else is naffed?
Explain why you are against.
Well, I'm very strongly against fur. I'm from the charity Beauty Without Cruelty, and we've been campaigning for around 34 years against wild-caught fur. That is fur that is trapped in the wild for fashion garments.
Yeah. So far, we've got two, people who dedicate their lives to ending the fur trade, and then we've got a couple of fur hags on the other side wearing their fur coats. Just cause. Not like fur industry, just randos who like fur. Okay.
And we have advocated the use of cruelty-free alternatives during that period.
I mean, what is the significance of this rather large instrument that you're carrying?
This is a padded leg hold trap, which is used. This is the humane version. The original version had teeth. This one has been padded with rubber. And it actually takes an enormous amount of effort. There's a very tight spring on it. And it is used to actually catch creatures like this, red fox. Its paw is actually caught in the leg hold trap, and it has to stay there until the trapper manages to get back to the trap, which can be up to a week or longer. So the animal is in agony in the trap. It is suffering, and it will, in its attempt to escape, try and chew its leg off, and quite often succeeds. It then goes off, and it has a terrible dark time. It may bleed to death in the wild.
So, I mean, as far I think, if I may gently say so,
that shuts you up, pink tights.
People who like fur on this side would still feel that the use of that kind of trap is wrong.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Then fuck off. Then fuck off with your fur, stupid asses.
But excuse me,
lady in red, can the lady in?
Okay, so let's talk about the factory farms for foxes then and minks.
Yeah, okay, ban the use of the machine then. I personally do not agree with furs, but I believe in the freedom of choice. My sister also has been taunted off the street.
Wait. No. You can't be both. You can't believe in the choice and then say, oh, you can't use that. Hey, that's my choice to use that trap. Fuck you, lady. That's my choice. No. You can't do both, lady. You got to pick a lane and stay in your lane. Stop weaving around the road. It's causing a hazard, lady.
From wearing her fur. I don't agree with that sort of thing. Terrified spat at groups, not just single people, groups of people, getting round her and back. Okay, ban that sort of thing.
No, don't ban that. That's their choice.
Put many more restrictions on how we kill the animals, how we farm them. Fine, no problem.
So, right, now can I if I may...
Context for the conservation of all wildlife, not just the fur animals. Zimbabwe, might be a relevant country, has just shipped rhinoceroses to Australia. Now, no one here is wearing, I guess, rhinoceros products.
It would be rather difficult to wear a rhinoceros coat.
Not if you came from, say, Yemen or China, where these hair products are used as aphrodisiacs. Now, in that country, they want rhino fur. In this country, we use other animals. But by wearing these fur coats, it sends a very clear signal. It's actually really okay to wear these products, which sends a signal to the poachers in Africa, which makes it very difficult to conserve all wildlife. It's a nudge, nudge, wink, wink signal. It's actually really okay to poach.
All right.
Okay. That was a bit of a stretch, but sure. Okay, we'll take it. At least you're making a point for the animals, I suppose.
Well, now, may I move to what seems to me to be a sensitive, well...
Perhaps, you know, they are against poaching or something. Rhino fur. I know. I heard it too. I heard it, Spooky. I heard it. We all heard it. Sorry, thought I heard something. And I did, but it's not, yeah, we don't need to worry about
Forced debate. I've got a 15-year-old son
Yes.
and his mum.
Yes.
The 15-year-old son, for reasons you will explain, is against fur.
Yeah.
And you have persuaded your mum.
Slowly,
Correct?
slowly I have.
Right. Tell us how you...
They didn't divide the room in that way. They didn't divide the room.
What his mum?
Yes.
The 15-year-old son, for reasons you will explain, is against fur.
Yeah.
And you have persuaded your mum.
Slowly,
Correct?
slowly I have.
Right. Tell us what made you feel against and what it is that's made you camping.
Usually she used to use me in her fashion shows. And when I went to school, I came home one day and I just told her not to wear it. So slowly she's listened to me. I listened to all the other times, but on this thing, I'm not going to listen to her.
So you actually became quite a strong campaigner against your mother.
Yep.
And against anybody else, but he doesn't go up to people and tell them what to do. Now I wear fur coats.
What they keep on being so triggered that there are activists out there telling people what to do.
This isn't mine, however. I wish it was, but no, I wear fur coats. This isn't mine, however. I wish it was.
So he didn't convince you. And okay, wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second. So, okay. So they said that the mother listens to him. She just said, I wear fur coats. And then and before that, she said, yeah, but he doesn't go up to people and tell them what to do, as though that was effective. I'm very confused. You guys are all over the place. Please explain yourself.
But I love fur coats, and I think people should wear and do what they want to do without anybody else telling them that, you know, they look ugly, they look this. It's freedom. You know, you should be able to do what you like.
But you nonetheless, whilst you still love fur coats, on the other hand, recognise that your son has persuaded you.
What's happened now is I had a fur coat.
On the other hand, recognise that your son has persuaded you.
What's happened now is I had a fur coat that was hanging up in a room because I hadn't worn it, debating whether to wear it or not, because my son, every time I went out, said, I'm not going to go with you if you're going to wear that. And so I hung this coat up and I took it out to a dance. When I picked it up to take home, a mouse was in it, and it had been in there all night, and I'd been sitting on it. So I had that fur coat. It was just left in this room, and so I decided I didn't know what to do with it. And it was a second-hand coat, a fox fur. It was lovely, but you know, I just don't know what to do with him. He just says, "Don't wear your coats when you're with me."
What? What is this? I picked up the coat. It's a secondhand coat, and there was a mouse in it. I have been sitting on it all night. What are you talking about, lady? What? These two, get out of here. Get out of here, you two.
Okay, now if I may, I'm going to come to this lady who I know is very angry on the whole issue. And if I may say to you, you've heard this story of...
She's just right. I mean, she's just calling out bullshit where she sees it. And I mean, if you call that anger, well, hey. But she is certainly right to be angry at these fucking... I don't want to just call names.
A sensitive 15-year-old lad having a good conversation with his mum and sorting something. Now,
it made no sense, okay? It made no fucking sense, that story.
Something that you would regard...
Okay. To break down that story, we've gotten to the point where that little kid has said to his mom, you're not going to wear that fur coat when you're with me. That's it. That's where we got. And good on him. But they acted like she's been convinced. No, she hasn't.
As being the kind, the right, the okay fashion which is acceptable.
I think she's still trying to make sense of that story right there to herself. She's just like, what? Like,
I think it's marvellous that this young boy is trying to change his mother's views. By the way, I'm from Compassion in World Farming, which campaigns against the intensive...
Once again, all the people who are, you know, on the side against the fur are like career people versus this just group of people who just want to wear fur coats. That's it. Like, I mean, maybe the show will change over the course. Maybe we'll hear from the industry, you know, someone who sells it or something. But so far, no, it's just been fur hags.
Rearing of any animal, whether it be for food or for the fashion trade.
So you're against beef, you're against lamb, you're against
the
pork?
intensive farming of any animal. The intensive farming, factory farming.
She lost me there. Yeah, well, at least she's on the side of the animals, but that was pretty wimpy. Come on, lady. You can do better.
Farming of
So
any
you're against
animal.
factory, you're against chicken laying hundreds of eggs, you're against
Chickens
all of
being
that?
kept in cages, minks being kept in cages, foxes being kept in cages. Unfortunately, it's marvellous that this lady has brought this trap along. I hope this has shamed these people here. I hope they are aware whether their furs came from traps such as that. It's a pity that I wasn't able to bring... Do you mind just a moment? Do you mind? Do you mind just a moment?
Love, can I?
It's an awful shame that I wasn't able. It's an awful shame that I wasn't able to bring along a few cages to let you see what sort of life the animals that are kept in cages have. Now, their coats are either made from animals that are caught in the...
She's lost the moral high ground there by saying, no, I'm against the intensive farming. No, sorry. So I mean, it's weird because she says she's against the intensive farming, and then she pointed to the trap as hopefully that will shame them. But by saying you're only against the intensive confinement farming, factory farming, you've implied that the trapping is okay. So, yeah, I realize it's a different time, different era. Maybe she's trying to thread the needle, stay on enough of their good side that she can make some points. I don't know what she's doing, guys, but she whiffed.
Which are absolutely barbaric, and you've heard how long it takes these animals to die, and the way in which they
So what's your suggestion then? What's your suggestion that they do?
do die. They don't fare any better when the trappers come back, because usually they put a boot to the throat to kill them.
Saying you're not against producing minks for fur coats. You're just against the intensive.
See, yeah, see. Now you've left yourself open to this lady. You did this. You did this yourself.
Farming. You're not actually against producing chickens or minks.
I am against fur in any shape, size, or
any animal
I
farming
wish they had
whatsoever.
seen the cages in which the minks are bred. The animals are left
That was a fail.
in a barren cage, and that is their whole life. They are deprived of being able to do anything that comes natural to them at all.
I have to
anything.
ask you.
It is an existence. It is not a life.
I have to
and
ask.
it's so that they can stand there in their fur coats, which look absolutely atrocious.
I have
They
to
do.
ask you.
They do.
Hang on. I have to ask you a very sensitive question, but I'm going to ask it. I want to know why it is that you get so angry. Because I'm sorry to say it, but you do get angry.
I don't understand how anybody can't get angry. I'm so angry. These
Why?
people have
Why?
seen the wildlife programs on the television. They have seen the animals that they're wearing on the back. They have seen the traps used. They've seen, if they haven't seen minking...
What a ridiculous question to ask. You yourself, when you started this program, you said, well, we're going to have real heated debate here. So you already understand this. And now he's like, well, tell me, why are you so mad? Well, they're mad. Those ladies on the other side were mad. They were like, I'm naffed off. She's naffed off. Okay. Who else is naffed off? Did we get some answers? And he's asking her, why are you so angry? That lady said, I'm so naffed off. Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah.
cages. They've certainly seen chickens in cages. It's the same sort of thing. And yet they insist on, I don't go around putting bricks in windows or anything. I try to argue properly within the law.
Well, you try to argue. Okay, well.
Where do we get on bricks and windows? Did someone say that? Who said that? Yeah.
People's battle to make people wear them just to defy your attitude. Your attitude is very bad. You're not prepared
Your attitude is very bad.
to discuss. You're not prepared to discuss.
Let us try to move to are you going to give us a calm debate or an angry one?
I'm going to give you a calm one.
Good.
Although
Did they give a calm debate? Did they? Obviously, one lady who stood up and smashed her face into the boom. And then another lady said, I'm all naffed off. And then, went on to badmouth animal rights activists. But okay. But now, yeah, let's just make sure all the animal people are calm.
I must say that I am angry. I am angry about animal suffering. I'm angry about the way children suffer. And I don't think compassion can be put into little pockets that you can feel compassion about animals and not about children. I feel compassion on many issues. And I certainly feel compassion for any animal in intensive farming because it's totally unnatural. It imposes severe psychological stress. And we have to face this, that if we eat battery eggs, if we wear fur coats, if we eat battery hens, battery chickens, we are supporting a cruel system. And we have to...
Here we go again. Here we go. The animal people are whiffing. They got the wrong people for this one here. They should have had the brick through the window people. That would have been better.
To be honest and say then we are cruel and we don't care about the cruelty.
Okay, now I want one counter view before I go.
I mean, I realize there are individuals that do all different types of activism, and some of them have confused ideologies. Some of them have very well thought out ideologies, but the more hardcore animal rights campaigner, if you want to call him a campaigner, typically doesn't have such a confused ideology as like, I'm against the intensive. And they keep on it's like they pause before they say intensive. It's like they really want to emphasize that. It's almost like they're saying, no, trust us. We're not that bad. We're not saying you can't eat meat. Well, fuck you. I am. Like, what is this shit? Man, the lady just showed you the trap. So if you're against the confinement, then you're for the trap. But you're not for the trap. So you're just confused. You're just all over the place. And this lady, this fur hag right here, to her credit, was smart enough to jump all over that shit.
To a fashion expert. Who wants to... You want to give the counter view to that?
Yes, please.
Right.
I would just like to speak on behalf of the little old ladies who have inherited their furs, bought their furs. I mean, look.
There you go. Inherited their furs, bought their furs, inherited wealth, privilege. Thank you for saying it.
Round the opposition, quite frankly, they're not. Few of them are as old as my stole.
I'm a little confused though.
Because it's totally unnatural.
Okay, she's middle-aged, but we're talking about older people. Just about everybody in the audience is like a little old lady at this point, okay?
It imposes severe psychological stress, and we have to face this, that if we eat battery eggs, if we wear fur coats, if we eat battery hens, battery chickens, we are supporting a cruel system. And we have to be honest and say then, we are cruel and we don't care about the cruelty.
Okay, now I want one counter view before I go to a fashion expert. Who wants to, give the counter view to that?
Yes, please. I would just like to speak on behalf of the little old ladies who have inherited their furs, bought their furs. I mean, looking round the opposition, quite frankly, they're not, few of them are as old as my stole. You've got to be 54 years of age to have been born when this stole.
I'm over
when the
60.
Well,
And I'm
correct.
nearly 60.
With some exceptions. But, you know, why should little old ladies...
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
You know, why should little old ladies hope to wear their fur coats on cold metro stations to keep warm and be subject...
Okay, so there's nothing else you could wear. Is that what you're saying, little Miss Privilege? And yeah, why do you think that little old ladies are immune to doing things that are wrong? I don't get that. That's a weird... Little old ladies. Why should little old ladies have to sit on the subway in the cold and just freeze to death because there's nothing else they could wear but a fur coat? Do you think like the people on the other side of the room ever take public transit in the cold? You think, little old lady, you would think being a little old lady, you would have gained some life experience and learned some things, but apparently not.
To a lot of abuse.
Okay, well now can I move?
To hope to wear their fur coats on cold metro stations to keep warm and be subject to a lot of abuse.
Okay, well now can I?
Like the animals were subject to a lot of abuse? I'm sorry. Who's subjected to abuse? They just explained it in their confused, half-assed arguments that they made. They did explain a lot of what happens to those animals, including the fact that it take like 40 to 50 animals to make this ugly ass shit that you have over your shoulder.
I move to Simon Young because I would quite like to try to put bits of the jigsaw together. You're a fashion expert, correct? Working in the fashion business. The fashion business, yes. You have heard very substantial views and counter-views. Now, where do you stand in terms of wanting to have the manufacture and the sale of fur coats in the year 1993?
I personally am anti-fur, and I think on the whole, the fashion industry is very anti-fur as well.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, the fucking fashion expert. I held my tongue because I was like, oh, they're gonna bring the fashion expert and he's gonna say why fur is so necessary. I held my tongue because I didn't want to prejudge, and then he was based.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you started this debate, when you said there seems to be a resurgence in the popularity of fur, which I think is something that the media has picked up on. I think if you look at the top designers' catwalks, there are very few showing fur, if any at all. In fact,
there's a lot of fur on the catwalks this year.
Which designers? There's a lot of fake fur. There's a lot of leather, and there's a lot of which is a side product from the meat industry. I mean, I myself wear leather shoes. I wear leather jackets. I agree with what you're saying about the lamb coat, but there are very few mink or fox furs. There are fake furs. There are luxury fabrics. There's a big movement towards, excuse me, towards luxury fabrics, towards Baroque prints, towards luxury fibres, Angora, cashmere, camel, those sort of fibres, very warm and luxurious. But there aren't many designers at all showing fur. And virtually every British designer, every fashion show, every sponsored auction that links who respect for animals have picked their baton up, so to speak. Virtually every show that they organised was supported by British designers. Every British designer sent an outfit. I'm sure you'll back me up on this. Sent outfits for auction for catwalk show.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to put the jigsaw together, as I said before. I want to ask: a lot of you own fur coats, which you have owned for many years, before the big confrontation developed. So let's accept that. How many people on this side have bought fur coats in recent years since the confrontation? You have? Yes. So even though you know there was a very substantial campaigning issue against the buying of fur.
I have a 3/4 length.
Look at that ugly shit. God, you look stupid. God damn. You look like a fucking couch cushion with a head poking out of it. Lady, like you look dumb as fuck right now. You look so stupid. I can't believe people are so willing to pair stupidity, a stupid look, with animal cruelty. It's so weird. The fucking the fox hunters with their stupid little outfits. This lady thinking that this looks good.
Mink, which my mother gave me.
Well, so that's, and that
Which
is something you
beautiful.
could accept as a thing
Yeah.
of the past.
I wore it a lot. I wear it with jeans. I wear it to go into the shopping. My husband bought me this 3 years ago.
You should have dumped him. Fail husband.
He thought it was absolutely beautiful. I agree with him.
Guys, I know I'm biased. Sure. That looks stupid. If you wore that as fake fur, like, you know, fake fur thing, it would still look stupid. That looks stupid.
I do think it's absolutely beautiful. What I would like is the freedom of choice to wear it. I have never gone out and somebody has said, you look ugly, you look awful. Or
Yeah, lady. Speaking as someone who, you know, I'm not the most beautiful man in the world. It's not like when I walk around on the street, people are like, ah, they're not like, you're ugly. That just doesn't happen. Okay, I'm not trying to garner compliments right now, but look, okay. I'm not a supermodel, okay? People don't just walk around and tell you you're ugly. That is ugly. That is ugly. That stupid thing you're wearing is ugly.
in fact, so many women have said, I love it, isn't it beautiful? I would love to wear mine, but I'm scared. And that's what I'm here to say.
Good. Good they're scared. Then they have some shame. Why do you have none?
I don't want to be scared to wear my coat. I want to be able to wear it because it's my.
It's not yours. It's the animals. It's the animal's coat, not yours. It's not yours. You have so much fucking privilege. God, I hate people. I hate them.
Choice. I don't want to be scared to wear my coat. I want to be able to wear it because it's my choice.
It's simply a matter of freedom of choice.
But would you?
You don't believe in choice because you take that choice from the animals. Like people are so confused. I don't understand why they can't just think to the next thing. Like, I've thought this far. Okay, I've thought this far. I believe in freedom of choice, but you can't extend that any further. It's like you die, like your brain died right at that point. You just stop thinking. Why not continue the thought process and then take it to its logical conclusion, which is the animals wanted their freedom of choice. That's not hard.
The point about wearing fur coats is that it represents something.
Because we're doing what we want to do.
Of course, that can't be defended. That's not the issue.
Get some control over the room.
May I go to that nice? May I go before?
Order! Order!
May I go before? May I go before the break to this nice, quiet lady here who will say something meaningful and then we'll go into the break. Go on. Say something meaningful and don't let them shout at you, for God's sake.
If they'll let me finish, I'll try. I worked in the fur industry for 12 years.
Oh, now, still?
I don't anymore.
Right. Talk on.
I witnessed the cruelty from the opposition firsthand, not cruelty to animals.
What?
Wait,
what? She got a trick clap out of me. Damn it. Damn you, lady.
Had some
Talk on.
I witnessed the cruelty from the opposition firsthand, not cruelty to animals. We had some terrible attacks on the shop. Bullet holes, fire bombs, acid attacks, physical, verbal abuse. Now, to me, that's cruel. It's cruel. Despite several attacks, we continued to remain in business, and people did.
And they got so her story is that her shop. By the way, she framed it like she worked in the fur industry. Hang on.
If they'll let me finish, I'll try. I worked in the fur industry for 12 years.
Now,
we consider someone like, being a cashier in a shop to be in the fur industry. I mean, is that what she is? Or maybe she's the store owner. Is that even considered the fur? I don't know. I had the sense that she was saying like, I work in the industry where we kill the animals, because it's easy to say you didn't witness any cruelty when you're not there where the animals are being killed. No, you get the fucking coats. So obviously you're not seeing you're dumb, lady. You're dumb, and that there's no hope for you. And I like this little smug way that she was like, I witnessed the cruelty of the opposition.
Still.
I don't anymore.
Right. Talk on.
I witnessed the cruelty from the opposition firsthand, not cruelty to animals.
Yeah, but you didn't work with the animals, you see.
Terrible attacks on the shop. Bullet holes.
You're talking about a shop.
Fire bombs.
Yeah. Bullet holes, fire bombs, acid attacks on this one shop. Sure.
Acid attacks.
Yep.
Physical, verbal abuse. Now, to me, that's cruel.
Physical abuse as well, and verbal.
It's cruel. Despite several attacks, we continued to remain in business, and people did buy furs.
So have you stopped now? Because I've got to go into
the business has stopped.
It packed up.
So long, business. Get fucked.
It went bust.
But people...
Oh, it went bust. But...
people were coming to the shop and they were intent on buying a fur coat despite what these people were going to do. It was their money and they were going to buy what they wanted. If you don't believe in it, then you don't buy one. If you do believe in it, then you buy one. You vote with your money, with your pocket.
Right. Well, there is a lady who is delivering a philosophical view, which is that whatever the ordinary member of the public wants, whether it's for or against, they have the right to go their own way. In part two, I'm going to be talking to this lady. Her name is Sue Ferguson.
Oh, we already talked to her.
Well, never mind the menopause. What about fur? We're moving quickly. We've got to move quickly. You are unemployed. Yeah. You're an income support. Yeah. You have got how many fur coats?
I have 4 fur coats.
Why? Why are you not selling them to make yourself enough money to be better off?
Who's going to buy fur? I keep my furs to keep me warm. Synthetics don't keep you as warm as fur. Fur breathes. Your body does not get cold in fur.
You don't get cold in synthetics.
Yes, you do. Yes, I've got excuse me, please. I've got a synthetic ocelot coat, which has been slashed to ribbons down the back by anti-fur campaigners.
Well, that one sounds like that one will breathe very well. You're talking about coats breathing, right? Well, they helped you out.
So even though I've got to move fast, even though you are unemployed and you do find the financial crisis, you believe that it's essential to keep it.
And woolly bed socks. That's how I keep warm in my house. In this.
Does the same apply to you?
I'm a pensioner on income support. I can't heat my house. I'm without heating, without hot water in the winter. And
all these poor little old ladies they're just cold, guys. All these cold little old ladies in the UK. Oh man. Somehow everybody else is able to stay warm, but not them. Not them.
And I was very ill last winter with bronchitis, and this coat kept me alive. I lived in it. And when we're talking about, I don't use this for fashion. I use it to keep me warm.
Have you ever heard of a blanket? Just curious. You're talking about sitting at home. Yeah. Oh boy. I'd like to say we've gotten smarter. We haven't.
And I think I should be allowed to wear it. And I also feel about when they were burning fur coats in Trafalgar Square, they should have given those fur coats to people on income support, to old people who need them. This coat is 50 years old.
Although I'm pro fur, I have this one here, which is nearly 40 years old. I would not buy this now because that is pure vanity. This is pure practicality.
Okay, so you're kind of like changing the debate, though, aren't you? You're sort of saying now that you don't support the fur industry anymore, that you're just okay with people who already have their coats wearing them. And, you know, I think that a lot of the animal rights people would say it's more about the future purchases. The animals already died for that fur coat. They don't really care at that point. Of course, you are still perpetuating it, but that's a different thing. You're there arguing in favor of fur, though. It's not what you're doing. But now you've changed it and said, I would never buy this. So this lady is saying that she would never buy a fur coat now, but yet you're still arguing. So I'm sorry. Please elaborate. So let's imagine a scenario where there's a little old lady. She's awfully cold. She can't afford anything but a amazingly expensive fur coat, apparently. She's very cold. She doesn't have a synthetic coat around. She doesn't have that. The only thing around is a fur coat. Would you deny her the ability to buy that fur coat? Because you just said it's about vanity, didn't you?
That is vanity.
She wants to buy it.
If they're that cold, they should try the Army and Navy stores where the second-hand army stuff is just as warm.
I think all this is irrelevant if they're wearing it to keep warm or not. Even though I am pro fur, I'm pro people's choice to wear fur. But fur is historically, in this century, it has been classed as a luxury garment. So it's irrelevant whether they're wearing it to keep warm, whether they're wearing it because they like it, because they have the right to wear it for whatever reason. You know, they can't defend it on the grounds to keep warm because there are synthetics which would keep you just as warm.
We're moving fast. You hang on, please. Whoa. You have the right to give one counter view and then stop if you would, about what you regard as the violence which goes on against people who are wearing fur. Tell me what you think.
Everyone's been talking about freedom of choice. I just want to say, if you choose to wear fur, that's a bloody choice, because your choice means that 50 million animals a year are being killed for fur. With respect to the violence, I am against the violence. What we want to happen is...
Why can't people like back, you know, in these, I know I'm talking about 1993 now, but why couldn't they have just very easily pointed out, you're not for freedom of choice. You're only for freedom of choice for you, because you deny freedom of choice to others. So you're not. Stop virtue signaling about the freedom of choice and democracy. You're not about that shit. You're only for it for you. That's it. You don't really care about this. So it's a fucking virtue signal. Why can't anybody point that out? You say it's a choice, it's a bloody choice. That's true. It's not wrong what she's saying, but why can't anybody point out the hypocrisy of saying that you're for choice, freedom of choice, while saying that you're for fur coats? That's hypocrisy. The two can't coexist. What you're saying is you're for freedom of choice only for humans, and really only for you, because actually what you want to do is stop these people from telling you to stop wearing fur coats. So you're not for their choice to be able to tell you what to do, are you? It's so stupid. I just wish people could think. Again, it's just think the next. Don't stop at this. Keep going. Think and then keep thinking. Don't stop thinking. Think and then keep thinking and then keep thinking and then keep thinking and then keep thinking, and then you get to a different place.
People to be convinced by peaceful campaigning, by the facts. Find out the facts about trapping, find out the facts about how appalling conditions are on fur factory farms where animals are caged in deprived conditions and then killed. And then most people choose not to wear fur. And over 80% of people in this country no longer wear it.
Right. Enough. One sentence from this man before I move to a rather clever situation. If you could just give me one, sorry, because we've got to move fast.
Or before I say anything, I'd like to say that these are totally synthetic. I haven't worn leather for years. I don't consume any animal products, and I've been working in the animal liberation movement for a number of years. And as far as I'm concerned, this issue isn't about choice. Animals have no democracies. Animals have no choice. 80% of people in this country disagree with...
What? It's the vegan. All these people in the fucking audience, like, haven't been vegan. Leave it to the vegan to fucking lay it out.
Wearing in the animal...
If you could just give me one, sorry, because I've got to move fast.
Well, before I say anything, I'd like to say that these are totally synthetic. I haven't worn leather for years. I don't consume any animal products, and I've been working in the animal liberation movement for a number of years. And as far as I'm concerned, this issue isn't about choice. Animals have no democracies. Animals have no choice. 80% of people in this country disagree with wearing fur. It's immoral. Most people think it's outrageous. It's got to be banned now. It's outrageous and it's cruel.
Hang on. No, sorry, I'm moving on to something important. I've got a police constable here who has listened to this shouting match, and he knows of a particular situation which he can deal with, which I think is a very clever one. Could you tell
perhaps
people?
I can sort of
allow
things to calm down a bit.
Us
Yes, in my spare time, I run an organisation which is called Northeast Aid to Romania, and our big problem is trying to help an institute which is up in the Carpathian Mountains in Transylvania, which houses just under 100 mentally and physically handicapped children and adults. There's no adequate sanitation in the institute, there's no adequate heating, and because of the appeals that I put out, particularly in the northeast of England, the northeast people have been great. We've had a fantastic response. A lot of warm clothing has been donated, and an awful lot of furs have come in as well. Now, as much as I empathise with the people who are in anti-fur trade, people who are against any misuse of animals, you've got to understand that the people that I take this clothing and these furs out to are people who, they're not going to wear them for fashion. It's basically for warmth, for nothing else.
They're not buying it. They're getting it donated. So, okay, ask these ladies here on the side, since they're all about, you know, humans and everything, and yeah, ask them to donate their fur coats to your institution that you're talking about, and see what they say. That's what I would like to see happen.
To stay alive.
I would much prefer if people gave me the money to put a proper heating system into the institute. But until such times as I've got that cash, I've got no alternative. Beggars can't be choosers. I'll take fur coats if it's going to keep people warm.
That's donated. That you're not. I feel like people just like are not smart. Like, they're talking about the fur industry. They're not producing fur coats to keep kids in an institution warm. It's for a fashion industry. So now ask those ladies if they would donate their fur coats to these freezing children. Everybody's so cold, apparently.
No, hang on. But don't do a debate about that. What the gentleman has done is a very clever situation. He knows there are furs.
I like that this guy said this is a very clever. The host is very impressed by this. He thinks it's very, very clever, this idea that fur could, you know, be worn by people that are unfortunate or whatever. Obviously, he hasn't spent very much time on the subject.
Which cannot be sold. He has the sense and he has the ability and the cleverness to get them to people who are dying.
That word cleverness.
Which I would salute you for, frankly. Can I move on, please?
Well, that was just stupid. We should hear from the animal liberation guy again. We should hear what he had to say about that. Guys. Everything's so stupid in our stupid world. It can just be that simple, guys. I remember all this, you know, when something really dumb happens, a lot of times, like, the people, they go on the air, you know, on TV or podcasts or something, they analyze it to death. It could just be that people are stupid. That's often the explanation.
Research destroyed thousands of fur coats over the winter rather than send them abroad to people who needed them.
I'm going to fake.
Why are you wearing yours? You don't seem like you need that. You don't seem like you need yours. She doesn't seem like she needs that. Why don't you give them to the police constable here?
Okay. Could you present your arguments, which I hope might calm down this program?
Okay.
For fake fur.
You do not care whether or not it's calm. You're getting great television.
we're both fashion students, and we've brought along here hangers, which are fake fur. They're really good representations of fur, but we'd hope that in this society now that young people are educated enough to realise that real fur is hideous. You know, these animals are dying. Why do you need a fake fur, a real fur, when you've got fake? That's a good.
And why do you need any fur? It looks bad, guys. It looks bad. I realize it's a personal preference thing, but I just think fur looks stupid, whether it's fake, real, whatever. It just looks dumb. Wear something else.
Yeah, but why it's real fur is just for vanity and for profit. It's for vanity's sake. It looks
Yeah, it's also like real, like the difference between real fur and fake fur is like thousands of dollars, to my understanding. I mean, I'm not an expert on this shit, but you know that if you're looking at a $15,000 coat, it's real fur. That is fucking monstrous. And these people talking about like, oh, it keeps me warm. I'm so freezing cold. I can't afford a blanket. I just need my $15,000 coat. Go fuck yourselves. But, it's good for the kids in the insane asylum that guy was talking about. The fuck?
He hasn't had much chance to say anything. Can she say a little more? And I'll come to you looking angry then, if I may. Could say a little more, dear.
Well,
go and tell.
It doesn't. I mean, fake fur can be just for fun as well. They can be green things. It doesn't have to be this realistic thing. But it's cheaper. It's.
But do you believe it is? I mean, they are saying with some substantial feeling that it's not warm enough and that they believe real fur is better. Now, what is your view?
These people that are saying it's not warm enough are spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on coats. Can someone point that out, please? The fact that they're saying, oh, we're just these poor little old ladies just shivering in the cold. They're fucking rich. They're rich people. They're the wealthy. They're privileged. One of the ladies even said she inherited it. She inherited her fur coats. That suggests wealth and money. Generational wealth.
But I don't think that you need. I think there's plenty of the wool, for example, that's warm.
That's fake fur.
I've been sat here for about
Wool.
10 minutes in this, and I'm absolutely boiling.
What is with these people? She just promoted wool.
But then it's a very hot studio.
No, I'm sorry. There's no comparison. There's no comparison because
your choice, isn't it, sweetie?
Yes, it is my choice, but I don't involve animals.
Right?
Did you have a choice?
Well, this was productive, wasn't it?
Have a choice.
Let's hear from
What
this.
about tennis rackets?
Yeah.
Are you going to?
Excuse me, can we
Are you
speak?
going to say something
Yeah.
gentle and firm and understanding? Would you try to?
I'll just take this here. I think it's just all sheer vanity. What we have here is a lot of eccentric old women trying to make themselves look smart.
Oh, yes.
With the exception of one or
Let me
two.
ask you the difficult question. That sounds to me like a.
It's a lot of eccentric.
Would you try to?
I'll just take this here. I think it's just all sheer vanity. What we have here is a lot of eccentric old women trying to make themselves look smart.
Eccentric old women trying to make themselves look smart. Ooh, that hurt, didn't it? Ooh, that gotcha. Right to the gut.
With the exception of one or
Ask
two.
you the
And
difficult
down.
question. That sounds to me like a very rude thing to say to you. Why are you against them? Why are you against these ladies?
It's just sheer cruelty.
But if you choose to do your thing, why shouldn't they choose to do theirs?
So you don't call out cruelty, TV host?
I just disagree with the way they just make themselves look to be fools, look like me.
But even if they've been owning a fur coat for 40 years, when there was no campaigning issue against furs, if they have owned a fur coat all their lives, what makes you feel
That's not what they're advocating.
so angry with them?
That just looks. It's just not right, you know. I've been brought up to understand that animals should be treated rightly, correctly.
Educated to realise.
All right, well, there was that. Boy, they had great speakers. The only speaker who was really good was the animal liberationist. Surprise, surprise. He was pretty good, too. He just wasn't ready for follow-up questions. I mean, I like what he had to say, but then he just kind of didn't know what to say after that. In his defense, they did frame it like you have like 2 seconds to talk. Well, all right. That happened. In 1993, it happened, guys. It happened in 1993. I think the important thing from that was the very first thing that he said that I already pointed out, that he said fur is fur making a comeback because it seems like it's dead. This was in 1993, and I just want to point out that people are saying that now in 2026, in my opinion, prematurely, because we know that a fur industry still exists. It may be dying, it may be on the ropes, but it is not gone. So I'll just leave it there. All right. Wow. These are gems. I mean, that moment where she knocked her head was pretty good, wasn't it? That was pretty funny. Talking all that shit, and then she stood up and hit her head. Oh, I love the TV shows. Let's do another TV shows. Late and loud. Okay, what do we got here? Studio discussion show on the subject of non-human to human organ transplantation. Oh boy. Features Neil Leah, rest in peace, Patrick Radigan, and Tony Vernelli, presumably from the late 1990s or early 2000s. Okay, let's get into it. Oi.
Cute little things, aren't they? And every one of them is a living organ factory. Within 6 months, parts from genetically engineered animals like those could be available for use in humans. It's a lifeline for some critically ill people who've been waiting years for transplant operations because there aren't enough human donors. But is it right? Amanda Lowndes, just 16 years old. How long have you been waiting for a new kidney?
For years, February.
What's it like being on that waiting list?
Horrible. Just asking all the time when's one thing coming.
How's it affected your life?
Well, you've got to just keep prodding on me, and if I didn't, I won't be here now. You have to do it every 4 hours, and it changes 7 days.
Every 4 hours you're on dialysis?
Yeah.
What does that do to your life, your social life, your friends?
It's ruined my life. Got no friends now. Can't go out. I'm tied to the house all the time. Yeah, it's just horrible.
And you can never forget that today might be the day that you might get a kidney.
How you say this going to be the day?
Not sure, Felix.
Go off.
You carry this bleeper with you all the time.
Sounds right.
But where there's been off the list, we don't carry it now.
Yes, your hospital's just stopped doing transplants, hasn't it? Your hospital is?
The Royal Staffordshire.
The Royal Staffordshire. Let's hope the Royal Staffordshire get their act together and get you on another transplant list very soon. But in the meantime, we're looking at the possibility of not wanting human or not having to turn to humans to donate their organs. Mike Rigglesford, you're the Director of Research for some health charities. When do you reckon we'll be able to look to a pig for a kidney or a heart?
Well, the surgeons are saying that they're expecting to do the first transplant from a pig perhaps in the next 6 months. We've had a major report back in March that looked at this whole question. There's another major report that's probably with the Minister for Health now, and I guess after that, it could be any time.
The demand is there, obviously. I mean, there are thousands of people who want transplants. Do you think that it is likely to become anything more than a one-off experiment? Can you see it becoming routine?
I don't think anybody would be looking into this area.
Jake, thank you for the earlier poops. Thank you for pooping on me. I appreciate that. And 100 joules. You sent me joules, and then you pooped all over me. And I couldn't thank you enough. Thank you, Jake. It's what we do around here, guys. It's what we do around here.
if it was just going to be a one-off experiment. There are thousands and thousands of people who could be treated with transplants that die every day, every year in this country.
Amanda, how would you feel if your bleeper went and they said, there is a kidney for you, it's from a pig?
I'd accept it. As long as it was a good match, I'd go for it. As long as it keeps me alive.
As long as it keeps you alive. Neil Lee, welcome to Central Weekend. You are also in trouble with your kidneys. Yeah. You may one day be in great need of a kidney yourself. Would you say yes to a kidney from a pig?
I've already turned it down.
You've turned down a human transplant.
Turned down a pig's transplant.
You've turned down a pig transplant? Who offered you a pig?
My local doctor, who said that within 2 years he'd be coming to me and saying he'd be offering me a pig's kidney. And I said, well, don't bother. I won't be taking one.
Why?
Because I don't believe in using humans to keep me alive. I'm a vegan, been a vegan for 6 years. That means I don't believe in using animals for any form.
Neil, you're talking about your life here. This could make all the difference to how long you go on for.
My ethics, my morals say that I'm willing to die. If it was the doctors turn around to me and say I can't stay on dialysis or I can't have a human transplant, I wouldn't take the pig one. I would die first. That's my morals. That's my beliefs.
Vicky Cowell, your daughter Laura, pretty young girl, I've just said hello to her, 11 years old, but she's got cystic fibrosis. Would a transplant make a big difference to her life?
It could save her life one day. It's as simple as that.
What would she need?
Heart, lung.
If it was from an animal, would you say yes?
I would.
What would she need?
Heart, lung.
If it was,
it could save her life one day. It's as simple as that.
What would she need?
Heart, lung.
If it was from an animal.
Did she say heart, lung? Meaning both?
Would you say yes?
I would.
What do you think about Neil's stand?
I respect
Brian with the $10.
His life, and it's down to him what he does with it. I don't.
He said based. Well, I think you're based, Brian. You're based. I'm not bad. You're based. W. Brian. Thank you so much, Brian. What can I say about Brian? Brian, he's always there for me. These streams, gaming streams, doesn't matter. Brian shows up and he gives me the moral support I need to continue. Whether it's dealing with these meat flakes, dealing with little penises that ride around on horses, whether I'm dealing with aliens. I couldn't do it without you, Brian.
I don't agree necessarily, but I do respect him. What I think is dangerous, though, is if people are going to try and ban it outright tomorrow, because nobody has a right to do that. If Neil is saying he will not accept one for him, that is fair. He can't, though, say Laura's not allowed to have one or Amanda can't have one. I think it's got to be down. What about the rights of the humans, for goodness sake? Come on, it's got to be more important.
Tony Vanelli, your husband Grant is very ill at the moment. He's had one kidney donated by his father, I understand. That's failing, and he's in desperate need for another. You really are at the 11th hour, aren't you, and the rest? Are you going to say yes to a pig if it's offered?
No, absolutely not. After seeing the pain and suffering that my husband has gone through, the years of not knowing, the years of tragedy. I mean, it really is a tragedy. What this family's going through is a tragedy, and the same with the woman in the front row. It's terrible. But to purposely inflict that same pain and suffering
I think this is the Veganuary lady. I think it is.
on other living beings, on thousands of other living beings, I mean, that's just sadistic. We don't have the right to be doing it. And
now, you probably don't eat bacon for breakfast or wear leather shoes.
No.
And that's your choice. You don't inflict that way of life on anybody else. Would you deny the chance here of a transplant from a pig?
Well, yes. And the reason is because as society as a whole, if we go along with these and we don't question it ethically, then we're just paving the path. I mean, there used to be a time when they used orphans. There was a time when they used mentally retarded people and slaves for vivisection. And we said, no, that's wrong.
You would deny, Laura, young Laura, a new life.
Animals love their lives. Animals love their young.
I'm sorry, ethically, I think it would be ethically and morally wrong to deny a child.
This isn't an opportunity for life. It's prolonging their suffering. No one who's had a xenotransplant has lived more than 9 months. They killed 33 people and thousands of animals in
But
the
people are
Frankenstein
dying every day without any transplant.
Yes,
we
and
live in a
so far,
society.
this hasn't solved their problem. There are 2,000 more organ donors a year in the UK would solve this problem, and only
No,
8.
it
No,
wouldn't.
oh,
No, it wouldn't.
I think that
It
is
certainly wouldn't solve
that
the
is
heart
your
problem.
surgeon. What would you put your money on for the chances of survival in 2 or 3 years' time when these things might have become more routine?
Well, I'm a heart and lung surgeon, as you know, and a heart and lung transplant surgeon. And the issue of there being enough potential human donors is just not the case. There just simply aren't sufficient human donors. Even if we tap the...
Again, that sounds like a human problem. Doesn't sound like a pig problem. Sounds like a problem for the humans that we don't need to involve the pigs in. So work on it yourself.
If we tap
You mean
the whole potential donor population, there just aren't enough to treat.
not enough of us are dying to fill the need?
Not provide suitable organs for transplantation, no.
So if
300 people on the heart list waiting for a new heart. So you're saying there's only 300 hearts for all the people that are dying every year?
Neil, that's just not true, actually. There are 300 heart transplants performed each year in this country. At least 25% of patients waiting for heart transplantation die. And the simple fact is that we restrict the number of patients going onto the transplant waiting list so that we don't have that element of people suffering.
What is the number that on the waiting list?
The potential, the British Cardiac Society worked out the potential number of recipients each year in this country who would benefit from heart transplantation would be between 2,000 and 3,000 a year.
2,000 and 3,000 a year is a lot of people. It's a lot of people. I want to introduce you to Dory.
So wait, that means that what that person just said was right, that you would only need 2,000 or 3,000 more human donors. They said no when they said that. That's all they need. They literally just confirmed it.
Because Doreen actually has leapt this moral divide, and because she actually has got part of an animal inside her.
That's right.
What have you got?
I've got a cow's vein grafted into my leg.
Ew.
Why did you have a cow's vein grafted into your leg?
Well, in the early 1970s, I went into renal failure, needed dialysis. The routine is that you dialyse through your own veins. My veins kept collapsing, and as a last resort, they said we'd have to graft a cow's vein into your leg. If not, you wouldn't be able to dialyse. Without dialysis, I was going to die. I got a 5-year-old son, and I think he had a right for his mum to live. I think he had a right to have a mum.
The animals have a right to live too, don't they?
Would you have denied, Zav Phipps, you're an animal rights campaigner, but you are really looking here at the sharp end of decision making. Would you have said, no, she shouldn't have had that?
No, I did, but I think you're asking the wrong question. It's not a question of whether we should be using cows and pigs. It's a question of why aren't there enough donors? I mean, surely, and it's a shocking. Hang on,
We've just had the answer because not enough people die.
Oh no, come on, that's not the good. If more people carry the donor card, so we have to kill animals instead. Is that the answer? I mean, no, I don't think it is. She's talking about 2,000 people die a year on the waiting list. Okay, but millions of animals are killed for no reason. We don't need to kill animals. We don't need to enslave animals for food. And for us to evolve any further, we have to see that we cannot do this any longer. Society, we cannot evolve further.
Is this the brain?
Decisions for these people to make for themselves personally. But the fact is, we live in a society that eats animals, it wears them as clothing, it uses them for entertainment, as pets. And animals have been used in medical research, which have developed things like the ability to do transplants, blood transfusions, vaccines, and...
Yeah, nobody's arguing that. The debate is whether we should again. It's weird when we get into these debates that are like, should we be doing this? And then people's argument is, we're doing this. We know. That's why we're having the debate, you idiot. That's why we're having the debate. If you weren't doing it, we wouldn't need to debate it. Okay? We're debating it because you do it. So you're wasting our time by telling us that you do it. Everybody's time.
aesthetics. We simply would not have those things if it hadn't been for animal experimentation.
Okay, listen,
and in that circumstance, it is amongst all the other routes we're looking at, we have got to look at animals as possible organisms.
Andrew, let me introduce you to Andrew over here. Andrew, your son Daniel sadly didn't survive a heart transplant.
No, it's too late.
It was too late. They got the heart from Barcelona, I understand.
Yeah.
And they put it in.
Yeah, it was put in. It was fine. But after the amount of time we waited, it was too late.
How long did you have to wait?
6 weeks.
And during that 6 weeks, would you have considered a peg?
I actually asked for the pig's heart.
What did they tell you?
It'd be too long. It wouldn't be ready in time.
I mean, you're talking years of research.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect these people's beliefs. At the end of the day, my son's life came first.
His son...
You didn't get one.
To murder, I wouldn't have done anything.
Really?
Yeah, sure. I mean...
You would have killed a pig.
But the guy who's already turned down the heart has recognized, or whatever, kidney, I don't know, I forget. He recognized that just because he is suffering and he's in danger doesn't mean he gets to put others in danger and make others suffer for him because of a him problem, not a they problem. It's not their problem. So while your story is sad, that was your problem, not the animal's problem.
I would have killed the pig, took the heart out, put it in myself.
Mike, beyond that.
And that would have prolonged the suffering of your child, kept them alive for, as this person has said already, at most 9 months, while having a heart that doesn't belong there. Can you imagine? I want to tell a personal story, but I don't want to, but because I want to respect the privacy of the person, but damn, like I have some experience with this, and it just makes no sense. And the idea that this could even possibly work is so nonsensical, just so far out there. We're in science fiction land.
There is this problem that we have faced with various other things in the recent past. We have AIDS.
Here's a good question to ask these people. Here's a good question. How long does someone survive after receiving a human heart transplant on average? That's a good question to ask. How long does someone live after receiving a human heart transplant? Newsflash, it ain't that long.
That we think may have leapt from the animal chain. We have mad cow disease that we think may have leapt from the animal chain. We mess with animals at our peril. We don't really know what viruses we're going to let out.
Oh, good question.
This problem that
pig, took the heart out, put it in myself.
Mike, beyond that, there is this problem that we have faced with various other things in the recent past. We have AIDS that we think may have leapt from the animal chain. We have mad cow disease that we think may have leapt from the animal chain. We mess with animals at our peril. We don't really...
We mess with animals at our peril. That was good. Good line.
You know what viruses we're going to let out.
Well, that's a very alarmist view. I mean,
Is it? Or is it just accurate? It's what she just said.
The expert reports who've looked at this have said there is a risk. It would be crazy to pretend that there wasn't a risk, but the risk is minimal. In other words,
risk of what is minimal? Of viruses? Is this guy is saying that the risk of viruses from animals to humans is minimal? Minimal? Look, we're all this guy right now. That's me. This is how my brain looks right now. It's strange, I know. It's got a cool haircut. But the expression is what I want to emphasize. That's what my brain is all scrunched up right now trying to understand how this guy became so stupid.
A virus only needs, as far as I know, a minimal
viruses
space.
we can detect, probably. So
good, probably.
The person that it's going to be a danger to, if there is that one-off case, and there may well be, is going to be the person who receives the transplant. It's not going to be a mass epidemic that's going to sweep the population.
Definitely not. Yeah, we definitely don't need to raise alarm about mass epidemics. Definitely not. No chance of that.
Absolute alarmist nonsense.
It's alarmist nonsense. You're scaremongering.
We've already seen the polio vaccine contaminated with the SP40 virus, which lived quite happily in the green monkey, and then when it got into human beings, it caused cancer. We've got HIV. We've got house which can live with viruses. Once you start taking them out, you've got all kinds of problems. We have enough medically induced plagues as it is. We don't need to create any more.
Is this true? Yeah. Is this true? Are we right to, would it be right to be much more cautious?
I think it's right to question it, but I think the caution's already being taken. We know so that the work that's been done experimentally on xenografts, a lot of it is concentrated on eliminating the risk of infection into humans. I think
look at that guy.
The done caution.
Would it be right to be much more cautious?
I think it's right to question it, but I think the caution's already being taken. We know so that the work that's been done experimentally on xenografts, a lot of it is concentrated on eliminating the risk of infection.
That's us. That's my brain right now.
Into humans. I think that the main risk, of course, is to the person receiving the transplant, and you have to balance that against the risk of them not having
let me ask somebody. Let me ask Vicky. Vicky, are you prepared to take that risk with Laura?
When we're far enough down the line, yes, absolutely. If it was a matter of life or death, if she was going to be dead in 6 months,
obviously she's going to say that.
Time, I think it's a risk you've got to take. Yeah. You've got to.
And I'd like to know, these people, I know they have the views, but have they ever sat at the side of a bed and watched a child?
The dude said it for himself. He's the one who turned down a pig transplant. He's up on the stage, lady. He's up on the stage right now.
Lady here has had her hand up for a long time. Tony, thank you very much. This lady here has had her hand up for a long time.
I've got a son who happens to have Down syndrome. Now, funnily enough, Down syndrome people aren't considered worthy to have heart and lung transplants. There's a girl dying because she can't have a heart and lung transplant. So in some ways, Down syndrome kids are regarded as subhuman. Now, I would quite happily donate his kidneys if a healthy pig that was a perfectly normal, healthy pig.
A child.
He is not considered human. We've already said that. If he was ill, he wouldn't get heart transplants. He's not worthy because he has Down syndrome. That's society's idea of him. He also won't refuse. He won't say no because he has no voice. It's exactly the same with the pigs. The pigs have no voice. So because the pig has no voice, and you're stronger than the pig, do you say?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, madam.
Actually fit to live. He is not fit to live. He will always be a burden on society.
You should thank you, madam. Thank you very much indeed. Excuse me. Let me reach out to you. We've got his picture here. He's a gorgeous boy. You should be proud of him.
She's fired up.
I have to speak for him. I also have to speak for the pig and every other animal that you're going to kill and destroy. What is going to be next? Chimpanzees? What else are you going to pick on that hasn't got a voice?
Society is getting sicker all the time. And it's time that we started sorting out society, making it the kind and compassionate place we want it to be.
And that would include Andrew. Now listen, this is a very passionate voice. This is a very
shocking indictment on the British government.
Sam, thank you very much indeed. When you hear the feelings that come from the bottom of somebody's soul like that, these are feelings that are profoundly meant. Do you think it is very cavalier of the drug companies and the medical researchers just to carry on without taking it very seriously and addressing these arguments?
He's going to say, we do take it very seriously. We do take it very seriously. And that was just like a poorly constructed question, because now you give them the chance to say, we take it very seriously. Oh, lady.
Taken very seriously, and these arguments are being and have been addressed, and are being addressed here. That's why we're doing this. But I would like to say that the level of animal husbandry now, and particularly for transgenic pigs, I mean, this is so much. It has improved enormously over the thousands of years. I mean, you know.
We've got to wind it up now. I want to talk a little bit to Amanda.
The level of animal husbandry, especially to raise pigs, to take their organs from them and put them in sick humans, is really improved. Really improved.
Amanda, you're going to be 17 tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be any prizes for guessing what your birthday
So she gets the first and the last word. I see.
present in its ideal world would be, would it?
And she's entitled to it, isn't she?
You want that bleeper to go. You want a kidney. Now, this is an argument that will rage for a long time, and we haven't had the first animal organ transplant yet. In the meantime, what do we do to help the thousands like her?
We all carry a donor card.
So you mean the solution outside of the animals? So why aren't you just encouraging that? Why not spend money for a campaign or some shit to say, you know, become an organ donor, instead of all this fucking around with animals? Well, I guess you'll have to sleep on that.
If tragedy does occur, if a tragedy in your family does occur, and your loved one becomes a potential donor, then you say yes.
We'll all say yes, if it's us. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
All right, we did it. We did it. We got through that one. We're still going strong. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I still have the energy. How about y'all? I don't know. Check my chat here for poops and things. Sometimes there's poops that slip by. You might notice every now and then. Can't account for every poop always, but sometimes, you know. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I like the TV shows. They don't do that anymore. They should do that. What's this? Talk back. Brass tacks, 1986, eh? Fur again? 1993 again? Is that not what we watched? 1990? That's not. It's different, isn't it?
Morning again. Morning, Carla. Nice to see you. Hello and good morning. The anti-fur...
It's different. All right, let's stay on the subject. Discussion show with audience participation on the subject of fur, featuring Carla, Lana, and Ingrid Newkirk of PETA. All right.
Campaigners are once again on the march, just as you thought that it was safe to go back out on the streets in your fur. This week, 2 people were arrested during a demonstration in London, and a new cinema advertisement has been launched to try to convince people that the fur trade is cruel and unnecessary.
Let me give this page its due. I didn't link to the last one, but here's this one. Same channel. Same channel, you guys, you know. It's pretty much not being used anymore, I don't think. The last thing that was posted was over a decade ago, but there you go. Friend of the show, Ingrid Newkirk. That's right, friend of the show.
Sorry. Does that influence you in whether or not you're aware? And unnecessary. Try to convince people.
Hang on.
Demonstration in London. Out on the streets in your fur. This week, 2 people were arrested during a demonstration in London, and a new cinema advertisement has been launched to try to convince people that the fur trade is cruel and unnecessary. Does that influence you in whether or not you wear fur, Mandy?
Not at all. I love my fur and I will wear it wherever, and no one will stop me. That doesn't affect me, not in the slightest.
You sound as if you're quite determined not to be influenced by it.
No, I'm not, because I just don't even watch them half the time. I'd rather not even watch them.
Oh, because they might affect you.
No, not at all. I've always wanted a fur. I've got one and I'm going to wear
What's your fur?
Mink.
Does it affect you?
Yes, I think so. I think, well, campaigns in general affect. They actually, increase people's awareness.
Obviously don't.
No, but they do. Well, then she hasn't been watching them. Do you go to the cinema?
Well, she has just seen it. We've all just seen it.
I've watched them before, but that doesn't interest me.
But
Yeah, because you're a cold-hearted bitch.
you're so determined not to be interested, then
No,
you've switched off on the whole
Nothing is
thing.
going to stop me wearing my fur. Not at all.
Yeah, well, you show your colors, don't you?
Nothing.
Annette?
Well, I don't necessarily think that I think that's shock tactics and intimidation, and I don't think it's showing the whole picture. I think it's showing one aspect of the picture, which those people
The main one?
want to see. But
Well, I don't know what's going on actually. What goes on behind the scenes, how the fur is made, how it's produced.
But that's the same with any product. I mean, if you're talking about meat, if you did an ad like that for meat, you'd probably never eat
If-
meat
if
again.
many
If
Yeah?
you're going to be
If many people knew
affected.
many people knew went on in the meat trade, in the meat industry, then they wouldn't eat meat. How
But we
animals
don't
decide
know what goes on, do we? So we still eat it.
But should you know?
You don't know or you don't care.
No.
Hang on, one at a time.
Yeah, there were just no campaigns to do it, or at least the campaigns that are pro-meat. But if there's an anti-fur campaign, then it's bound to at least raise the issue of programs like this. I mean,
Hang on, Ingrid, go on. You're answering.
But listen, there've been campaigns before about anti-fur, and they don't always work. So I think if people want to wear them, they should be allowed to wear them. If people don't agree with them, that's fine. But I don't think they should give anybody else any hassle.
Do campaigns work, Henry? Do campaigns work?
I'd like to say just a word or two about that thing. The lady has her boa removed and she ends up wearing what looks like a skinned rabbit around her neck. In a restaurant, a skinned rabbit would usually end up on the plate with a mustard sauce.
Yeah, but we know that, Henry. But that's making a point, isn't it? That's making a point that behind that beautiful thing around that glamorous woman's neck is an animal. Yeah,
is an animal.
That's a fair point
just
to
an
make.
animal that you might eat.
Just an animal.
Why don't they pull her shoes off to reveal a couple of pig's trotters?
Well, they may well do that.
They do.
As well. But what we're talking about at the moment is whether a campaign like that influences people and works. Does it
The
actually...
only honest thing about that commercial is the fact that the agency didn't charge a fee. At least they know value for money when
It
they
shows
see
their
it.
commitment, doesn't it, Carol?
Yes, there was tremendous commitment to that advertisement for respect for animals. Everyone gave their services for free because they were horrified at the cruelty of the fur trade. And campaigning does work. I've been associated with 2 groups now campaigning in Britain against the fur trade.
She was on the last show.
Links and Respect for Animals. Links started campaigning in 1985, and since that time, public opinion in Britain has changed. 8 out of 10 people are now against the fur trade. Fur shops have closed down all over the country, more than 70%, and government statistics show that fur sales by British manufacturers have declined from £61 million in 1985 to £9 million last year. So consumers are listening. These advertisements do work, and if people want to end the fur trade, they need to give their support to respect for animals.
Well, I'm just sorry. Like, what is it? Okay, why frame this entire thing over the question of whether the advertisement works instead of whether or not the industry itself should go away? You know, it's just, like hyper focusing on the ad. I mean, I guess that's a window, it's a way to discuss it, but yeah. Yeah, it was a skinned fox. I know, doggo. It's all declined. It's all going downhill. But you didn't have my podcast back in, when was this? 1993. I was just a wee lad. No podcast yet. So you can understand there being a bit of confusion, a bit of, some people may have, not understood. They didn't have their best, right? They didn't have the tools.
They're not working
that we have now
this year because fur sales were up by about 30% last year on the year before, and
which was a very bad year. Which was a very bad year. So 30%.
This year, it's 30% up again.
But they're still not up to previous levels.
No, I do think.
But then let's get this clear,
campaigns do work. Yes, I think.
Is it? Do you think is it the campaigns that are leading to the decrease in the overall? I mean, whether Henry says it's increased 30% this year and last year was 30% another, but the sales are still lower today than they were 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yes, but are you going to single out the fur trade as sales have decreased? I mean, there's been a world recession, everything has decreased.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about, lady.
It's not the only business that's gone down.
Oh, it's the recession. It's the recession.
It's not. I'm not saying it's just the recession, but you can't honestly just say that it's the fur trade that suffered.
Of course not.
I would like to challenge the fur trade to produce their statistics because they go on every single year. Every single year since 1985, the fur trade has said that fur sales have increased. But government statistics show that it's decreased from 61 million to 9 million.
It's extremely difficult to prove statistics because fur is no longer being sold through the old recognised farriers and fur shops. It's now being sold in department stores and boutiques as trimmings, and those statistics don't appear anywhere.
Is it fashionable too? Is it fashion that's led to the decline, do you think?
I think that people just don't want to wear anything that's cruel. I mean, every year, millions of fur-bearing animals are trapped, beaten to death, drowned in the wild. And on fur farms, every year, animals are electrocuted anally. They are strangled or gassed. This is what happens before someone puts on a fur coat.
Okay,
it's unheard of to do anything like this.
And we'll talk about whether or not it's cruel and the aspects of cruelty. What we're asking at the moment is, does a campaign like the one we've just witnessed, does it actually influence and affect people? We have different views on that.
Yeah, it does.
We're asking,
it does.
And whether or not campaigns in general have led to, or is it the recession, or is it just changes in women's fashion that they have an instinct for different clothes now, right?
Yeah,
go on. Sorry.
Well, I mean, the fashion at the moment is to wear fur, obviously, and this is actually a fake fur. So the whole point is, if you're going to wear fur, why not wear fake?
Because you notice the difference between a fake fur and a real fur. To look at's fine, but if you touch it, you know the difference.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
I'm
it's
sorry.
just a coat, isn't it? I mean, you're wearing that.
I'm sorry. I bought my coat 4 years ago.
What's your coat?
My coat's a wild mink.
How much?
I brought it in Greece and I paid under £300. The animal was already dead. Whether you like it or not, I bought it, I'm wearing it, and it's not going to go out of fashion as far as I'm concerned. It's not cruel. It's not walking advert. It was already dead.
Hang on, one at a time.
How did
No, please.
Well, it was dead before I even decided to buy the bloody thing.
You're not bright. Maybe don't talk since you're not smart. Maybe do some reading, learn some things about what the fuck you're talking about, and then speak. Try that. Try that next time.
What did you say to the speaker?
No, it didn't die because of me. I had no intention when I went on holiday to buy the coat.
Hang on.
But you did. You bought the coat. You bought the coat.
I'm not. No. My love. What we do care about is a civilized conversation, which is fair, and in which everybody gets to the opportunity to air their point of view. How much does fashion play a role, do you think, in whether or not women are wearing fur today? In fact, is there now a fashion for fur?
This shit. Look at this shit.
It's the trimmings that our friend over there was talking about, or the £300 mink coats from Greece.
Well, I mean, fashion, as far as I'm concerned, fashion with women, wearing it around the areas that we see in everyday life, coming on the buses, on the tubes, they're wearing fur. It's the fear.
More now.
It's the fear. Campaigns like that, they're trying to frighten people. They splat them with paint, and it's the fear that is put into these people. It's still a fashionable item. I want to promote it as a fashion item.
I feel that the actual campaigns that were working hard against wearing of natural furs helped my mother's death by virtue of that.
Help to what? Cause it?
Yes, because she'd saved up all her life to buy a coat, a fur coat, and
hang on.
Don't interrupt, please. And what she'd done, she'd
Let me just stop you there. I'm not going to go away from you. I want to know why my friend there, when he said his mother had spent all her life saving up for a fur coat, you went, in that rather kind of supercilious patronize. Why?
It's sympathy.
It's not. It's a fact. It's a fact, isn't it? Why is he asking for sympathy? He's telling the truth. He's telling about his mother, his experience.
I'm not trying to get
Whether we agree with what she did or not, that was what she did.
Okay. So all I'd like to say in that respect is...
Thanks, Dad.
She bought it several years before the campaign started. We can appreciate that it does have an effect on people. It did on her because it frightened and made her very nervous, and she never ever wore it out in the street at all.
Good.
And unfortunately, she died 4 years ago now, and she never had actually the pleasure of that coat, and she was actually saving it as a
What a
hedge
fucking
against
shame.
inflation.
Oh, so instead she bought a fur coat that required, 40, 50 animals to die for her. And then she was too ashamed to wear it. Oh, well, boo fucking who.
That eventually she'd have to have repairs done to her bungalow and for whatever else she needed in life.
Why should we make people that get to that point that his mother is so...
Yeah, and I want to buy things that I don't get to buy. Okay? Grow up, dude.
Afraid that there was her, whatever you think of her or him or the fur, that was one of her ambitions. Perfectly for her normal, reasonable, respectable, lawful ambition to own a fur. And then do we justify somebody like that getting to the state that she can't go out into the street because she's so afraid of how she'll be intimidated or abused or vilified or talked to?
She obviously doesn't know the facts behind the fur coat. I mean, otherwise she wouldn't.
Are you afraid, Peter? Are you afraid, Peter?
I've been attacked twice wearing my coat. I mean, I live in the Liverpool area.
Let's have a look at your coat.
It's a Timberwolf. And I bought it 16 years ago.
Should you put it on the floor
16 years ago. Yes, I throw it on the floor. Yeah. But you see, what annoys me about this campaign business, we've just been in a room having a coffee.
We've just have a look at this coat.
Right, I'll put it on.
What's your cord from the...
No. She keeps saying shame. We have just been, there's the coat.
Yeah, okay, go on. You sit down. It's all right. It's a microphone. You're going to get strangled. And some people will cheer.
Have a seat. You look really stupid.
Lady said about campaign. Let me tell you what just happened backstage. Before we came here, nobody would come and talk to anybody with a fur coat because they felt ashamed and they felt angry that we had fur coats on. They wouldn't talk to us. That was a perfect excuse to talk to us.
There's nothing to understand, dude. Nobody wants to talk to you because you're a piece of shit. Sorry, get over it.
I've been beaten up twice. Once in Manchester, once in Liverpool, wearing a fur coat. Now, that will make me wear it even more. I wouldn't buy a fur coat these days. Yes, that did affect me, but I wouldn't. I just, on my radio...
What? So, okay. So, so you're now admitting... Are you admitting that it's wrong to buy fur coats? Sounds like he did.
To talk to us. I have been beaten up twice. Once in Manchester, once in Liverpool.
A lot of people who get beat up, they really struggle to show the proof of getting beaten up. I remember the last one where the lady said, I've been punched at, which I think was a very telling way of saying I didn't get punched. Yeah, I know if I was punched, I wouldn't say, yeah, I got punched at. I'd say I got punched. Okay.
Wearing a fur coat. Now, that will make me wear it even more. I wouldn't buy a fur coat these days. Yes, that did affect me, but I wouldn't. I just, on my radio show last night, I just asked out of curiosity, how many fur coats? 300.
Look at this character.
people had fur coats. This was just in a short space of time. 50 wore them. 250 were terrified of going out. I just did that last night, knowing I was coming here.
I hope you told me you were coming here. Should he be afraid?
We can't. Dude, he glossed over the main point. Was that he said, "I will never buy a fur coat again." And yes, that advert affected me. That's the main point. I'm sorry you're such a victim, but you just admitted that that campaign was effective, and maybe you should have asked. TV Dad over here should have asked him, why was that effective? That would have been a great question, TV Dad. Why not? Why'd you gloss over that?
To people like that, they don't listen. They're so hard. That's why they. Can I finish, please? That's why they cannot. That's why we.
People don't. Hey, Percy, Percy, please. Just no, hang on. No, come on. Well, none of us will get a chance to speak if you all shout at us. Yes, of course you are, my love.
Please. There, in the age of slavery, there were people that said we have the right to have slaves, and there are those that oppose them. And in the same way, you have no more right. You have the power, but you have no more right to take the skins of animals that have died in agony. And you don't look beautiful. Women do not look beautiful. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Women do not look beautiful.
15 years ago,
they
we all bought them.
They
There
look.
are thousands of them.
Can I finish? Women do not. Anyone does not look beautiful in fur coats. They look grotesque. They are marked as persons. They are marked as persons of callousness who have no feeling for the suffering of poor defenseless creatures.
Which is maybe why nobody wants to talk to them. And that guy was complaining, oh, we were having a coffee. Nobody wanted to come and talk to me because we were all wearing our fur coats. We looked so stupid. But that was a great chance to understand us. Understand why we look so dumb. Maybe, no. Okay. What's up, Mary? How are you? Okay. All right. Let's keep it civil. Keep it civil.
Speeches.
Well, I can't get my word in.
But you are, love. We're talking to each other, or we're trying to. Anthea.
I think.
No, hang on a minute.
I keep interrupting me, so I had to shout. Well, I feel very angry at this.
I think the opposite is true. I think that people are attacked for wearing fur coats because they not only look very splendid, but they do look as if they're a little bit showing off. So therefore, it is absolutely super to go up to someone that you think looks as if they're showing off and you're a bit jealous of. And
sure, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just jealousy. That's it. Yeah.
And argue with them on the highest possible moral grounds. So if you're jealous of some of the Mercedes, you may want to say, I don't like you and I don't like your bloody car, but you can't say 12 beautiful animals died to make.
You can say that because that happened. So why not? Why can't you say that? Explain yourself. Again, just thought as far as I'm going to open my mouth and then shut down. You should do a lot of thinking before you open your mouth.
Your Mercedes, and it's so lovely to go up to someone like you who looks very fine and with your jewelry and all, and have a go at you on a
You're talking about Peter?
The man in the wolf.
Yeah, the man in the wolf. Yeah.
The man in the wolf. And it's wonderful to have a go at him because basically he makes you feel jealous.
Oh, so that's
but
what it is.
Oh, lady, nobody wants to look like him. Look at this. Look at this. Guys, I realize it's subjective. Some people like the look or whatever. This looks dumb. This looks dumb. This looks like you pulled a big-ass blanket off a bed, wrapped it around yourself, and went out. That's what it looks like.
And it's wonderful to have a go at him because basically he makes you feel jealous.
Oh, so that's
but
what it's a class and an envy thing, Carla.
Yes, and they asked for it. Can I make another final point?
Please. Please, no, you can't all speak at once. No, please. Go on. Oh, come on. Go on, love.
I do think it's the kind of coat, because I used to wear jumble sale coats and nobody had to go to it. It's true, it was too early. But I've got a coat not as fine as that, but a wolf like that, and I just feel a horrible show off in it, and I don't like
Carla,
it anymore.
it's envy and it's class snobbery.
Now, I think the lady is undermining.
No, please, no, you've got to stop.
I think she's undermining those of us who are here on behalf of the animal. I certainly
I'm
don't
not.
feel jealous about people with fur coats, and I don't think many people do really feel that jealous. And those who do don't attack them; they just talk about them. What we must be very careful about is campaigning does work, but we must not bully people, and we must hide our passions, and it's very hard. We mustn't say to somebody, and I'm afraid this lovely lady who is very passionate will shout, shame, shame. I don't think that is our way. What we must do is gently show these
This is a funny little segment where she's just
people
getting.
who think is very passionate will shout, shame, shame. I don't think that is our way.
It is our way.
What we must do is gently show these people how these animals are caught, how they're killed. And
Well, you do that. She'll do her thing, and then we'll race to the finish, and we'll see who wins.
how? By wearing the skins of these animals. They're lining the...
I mean, didn't like that dude said like, my mother, my poor mother, saved up her whole life to get a fur, and then she was too scared to wear it because people would gently say to her on the street, you know, about the animal. No, it's because the lady would be like, shame, shame, shame. That's why. So, yeah. Look, to each their own form of advocating. You do your way, she's going to do her way. Doesn't mean either of you are wrong. But I don't know why you're now taking the position where you're calling out the fellow animal advocate instead of calling out the callous, reprehensible behavior of the people sitting around there wearing fur coats. It's not what I would have done, but hey, to each their own.
pockets of rich, evil men.
Is it cruel then?
This is important.
Is it cruel?
Of course it's cruel.
Or women.
Anything is cruel
Well,
when
the
an
trapping
animal
is
lies in a trap for God knows how long, chewing his own leg off to try and get away, and then somebody in a big boot comes along and gently squeezes his last breath out of him. Don't touch the fur because that's where our money is. So we kill the animal.
This lady's weirding me out.
Lies in a trap for God knows how long, chewing his own leg off to try and get away, and then somebody in a big boot comes along and gently squeezes his last breath out of him.
Gently squeezes his last breath. Doesn't seem like a gentle action to me. Squeezing someone's breath out of them does not seem gentle. That seems the opposite of gentle. This lady is weirding me out. I don't know what her problem is, but can we get to someone else?
Don't touch the fur because that's where our money is. So we kill the animal more cruelly to save the fur. It cannot be condoned in this day, in this country.
It's cruel.
Okay, good. That's all you have to say,
I would
lady.
just like to say about that, if you come from a country that has an indigenous people who have trapped all their lives, where do you then draw the line? We've got a situation in northern
At the killing of the animals. That's where you draw the line. Doesn't matter if they were indigenous people. Just because someone is indigenous doesn't mean that they're immune from doing wrong. So sick of this fuck.
Canada, where people have bought furs, certainly. They've turned around and then told Eskimo people that they should be wearing nylon, which isn't very good in cold weather. They should be wearing wool, which is no use at all in the snow. Is it any better that Eskimos trap, or are you just talking about the trapping, the cruel trapping that you see on films such as the one we've just seen?
I'm not against people who live in a country where the indigenous trapping goes on. They have always done that.
You see what I mean? Like, people just are so scared. They're so scared to appear racist. They're so terrified that someone will say, how dare you call out those indigenous people for what they're doing? Well, I think it's racist that you think because they're indigenous that they can't do anything wrong. That's bigotry. That's pathetic. And this lady is pathetic. I don't even know why they're talking to her. Why does she even speak up?
But what is so wrong?
Did you just seen?
I'm not against people who live in a country where the indigenous trapping goes on. They have always done that. But what is so wrong is when the Westerners go in.
So it's not wrong for indigenous people to do it. It's wrong just only because they're Western. That's what makes it wrong. That makes no fucking sense, lady. Shame on you.
Fur traders who say to these men who've never seen as much as a pound in their life, you know, I will give you so much if you'll go out and trap these animals. And they make money out of them. People in Canada who trap animals for food or for those reasons, you can't blame them. That is something different. It's the fur trade.
You can blame them. They are people just like you. Do you understand that? They are not subhuman. They are not less than you, meaning they can do right things and they can do wrong things, which means you can talk to them the same way that you talk to someone who is white. Do you get it? Jesus.
And they corrupt these people.
I agree they do corrupt to a certain extent, but we have the problem now of Eskimo people having been told that this is not the right thing to do because it's cruel, so they stopped doing it. Now they haven't got the furs they need, so they've now gone full circle and they're now back to buying from the fur trade to give them the clothing that they
Okay, that made no sense. So you're saying that they couldn't do the trapping, but they're able to buy from the fur. You're making no sense, lady. If they can buy from the fur industry, then they can buy from the other industries, right? This is so fucking convoluted. My God.
actually need. Nobody says it's cruel when an Eskimo does it, but they suddenly scream bleeding hearts when somebody else is doing it on behalf of the fur
Is it
trade.
cruel, Carol?
The fur trade is very cruel. I've brought along a trap, just to talk about the cruelty of trapping. It's actually the trapping, it's the trapping season at the moment in the USA, the main trapping country. This is still dual leg hold trap. It's the main trap used. We banned these in Britain in 1958 because they're so barbaric. What happens is when it's set, these jaws are open, the animal comes along, it steps in onto this pan, the jaws close around its leg.
The jaws would be wide.
Would be wide,
and they're
that's right.
jagged. Can we do that, or is that going to be dangerous for you?
It's
No,
going to
don't do
be
it then.
a
No,
bit.
okay. Yeah.
And then the animal steps in, and then it's caught by the leg until the trapper comes along.
What animals
to
are
kill
we
the
talking
animal.
about?
We're talking about wolves. We're talking about lynx. We're talking about foxes, beavers. We're talking about raccoons. We're talking. This is a main trap. It's a preferred trap for trappers for as many species. And it's very unselective. If it's open, what happens is the first thing that steps into it is caught. They have cats and dogs that are caught by accident, endangered species as well. It's a very cruel device. So what we're trying to do is to get this trap banned, to get all trapping stopped.
You were looking very unimpressed when Carol was going through.
Well, there are farmed animals as well.
Yes.
And also, what happened when Harrods closed their fur salon down? They didn't have a fur coat left. They were all sold. So somebody must have bought them, and people must be wearing them.
Farmed animals?
Yes,
we don't have to trap them, do we, Elliot?
No, but I've made a very close study of the farm animal trade in this country, which I'm glad to say has been declining. But nevertheless, farming itself is very cruel. It's caging animals which naturally live in wide open spaces like mink and Arctic fox. Mink are in cages where they haven't got room to stand up in. Arctic fox are kept in cages where they can't exhibit natural behavior. It has been widely condemned by independent bodies like the Farm Animal Welfare Council. And of course, at the end, well, at the killing season, which is round about now, those animals, mink, are either injected or they have their necks broken, or more commonly put in a box attached to a car motor where they're gassed by carbon monoxide.
Imagine listening to all this and your pride is so big that you sit there in your ugly ass coat like that guy is, all because you don't want to lose.
They live in some misery. They show signs of stress, and this is independent scientific advice. And in the end, what's it for? Simply to satisfy people's vanity. And we don't think that can be justified, and the Labour Party will certainly stop it.
But you've got farmed poultry, you've got farmed fish, and even pearls are farmed.
Now, the difference is, as I say, fur farming is just for vanity. It's not an essential.
Well, it isn't
it's
just
not
for
for food. It's just for vanity.
It isn't just for vanity, it's also for warmth.
Excuse
me,
there are many alternatives that you can use. The question you have to...
Yeah, I mean, this guy should have pointed out, the farming of animals for food is also wrong. Could have done that. Missed opportunity. But yeah, this lady thinks that the fur coats are out there for warmth. That's what we're talking about.
To ask is that, will this society, does it need fur? Do you have to actually have fur, either wild caught or indeed farmed? And the answer is no, there are alternatives. It's not essential. And you cannot justify the cruelty to the animals involved.
I have an illness, and it's an incurable illness called lupus. And I suffer from very bad circulation, and nothing gives me the warmth of fur.
That's just complete bollocks, if I may bring out my inner UK-ness. That's bollocks, lady.
True. Nylon doesn't give you the warmth
Let Ingrid
of
come
fur.
in. Let Ingrid come in.
The
Ingrid.
Arctic exhibition.
I like her righteous indignation. She's the best. She has the attitude they all should have. Look at this fucking shit around her.
Expedition that went away 2 years ago. It was on television everywhere. Used Thinsulate or Polygod 2. We now have man-made fibers that are far more warm. They're lighter weight. They don't get damp. They don't stink the way fur coats
No, but
do.
they're polluting the air.
Oh, as for pollution, you know, if you make a fur coat, if you make, let me just say this, if you make a fur
Can you let Ingrid Newkirk speak? It's Ingrid fucking Newkirk. Where's she been? I know she's been raising her hand.
coat, it is not any more natural. If an animal dies, his body disintegrates into the woods. Once you have treated the decomposing corpse with anti-mortants and chemicals and all this stuff, it is no longer natural. It doesn't go back into the environment. You can throw it out of your window and it'll sit there.
No, it won't.
So,
it will eventually rot.
Oh,
Fur
yes,
coats
but we won't
do
be
rot.
alive to see
Right,
it.
but nylon and plastic and everything is environmentally unfriendly, isn't it?
There's actually been a study about that with BTUs. Fur is far more environmentally destructive than natural fibers.
Lady, you're going up against Ingrid. I mean, she probably doesn't realize that.
Ford Motor Company did a study. I'd be happy to give you a copy of it.
Ingrid, don't give me the whole book. You were campaigning this week outside Harrods with no clothes on, with the banners saying that you'd rather go naked, was your expression, than wear furs. And you were one of them that was naked in this cold weather. We must show some commitment, I suppose.
That's 44,
does that campaign not just apply to animals that are trapped in the traps that Carol has just been showing, but to farmed animals as well?
I've walked the lines on this.
Nilf, where are you, Nilf? Nilf? Where's Nilf? Damn it. He's missing it. Well, that's your fault, Nilf.
Rows of animals kept on fur farms, and I can tell you that these are not domesticated animals. They're wild, and they don't do well in captivity. They go nuts. You see animals like foxes just banging themselves, going round and round in circles. And when their young are born, they're taken away, and they're either genitally electrocuted, anally electrocuted, or they have these other unsavory things done to them. If we care about animals at all, if we've ever had a dog we love or a cat we love, we can't say, don't show me, I don't want to hear, I'll buy this coat regardless. We have to be grown up. We have to be responsible. We have to be moved.
Farms.
I'm quite convinced that no mink coming out of a mink farm would be worth, its pelt would be completely ruined if it was a very unhappy animal. And the mink farms, I'm sure, would go out of business because the first sign of an unhappy animal is that its coat deteriorates.
Carla?
I think what we all have to accept here is where man is with animal in the business of making money, there is cruelty.
Absolutely. Yes, but we live in a very tough world. I mean, we
Well,
suddenly
why-
decided that human
why-
beings are extremely cruel, and the whole world is full of stories about the cruelty of man. So we see animals as these innocent bystanders, that we manipulate.
I don't understand what you mean by saying that we live in this tough world and
It is a
therefore we
tough
must be
world,
cruel
and
to
it's a tough
animals.
world in the animal world.
The reason the world is tough.
Hang on, one at a time. One at a time. Let Carla finish.
The reason the world is as tough and as awful as it is because we have not learned to respect these other creatures. Each one play an absolute magnificent role in keeping our planet together. We don't respect them. That's why we're tough. We don't know what to respect.
I personally think that the animal world is a much tougher one than you'd care to see.
It's a
and you see
sensible
animals
one.
as being these very sensitive, feeling things, and of course they have feelings. No one would ever deny that. But the fact is that their emotions are grossly exaggerated by human beings, I think, and they take on an anthropomorphic.
Somebody has to stick
I
up.
know. I want somebody else into the conversation.
First of all, I believe it's totally unnecessary for anyone in the UK to wear a fur. Second of all, we may be able to successfully eradicate fur production and the wearing of fur, not only in this country, but Europe itself. But what happens then? It comes up, mushrooms up somewhere else in the third world where they want the industry, where they're not ashamed to work in a factory, where they need employment. And that is what's happening now. Harrods got rid of their fur department, right? Because they wanted to be politically correct. And people sometimes are not doing things for genuine feelings. It's because they want to look clean. So it went very quietly to production in Korea. The Japanese love furs. We all know in the Far East.
So campaign in Japan, in Korea.
Their attitude to animals is not as humanitarian as ours.
Oh, it's not as humanitarian as yours. Oh, here we go again with the looking down on other cultures bullshit. No, you guys are looking down on animals. Fucking ghouls, man. Everybody. Just like, oh, we're the enlightened white people. And we're so much better. And oh, we couldn't dare tell them because, oh, they're just, they don't understand. Fuck you, lady. Fuck you. So hard. So hard. So hard.
So what then?
I got to tell you, let's say if you're Asian or black or whatever, this is the kind of friend you want because you could be with her and you could be like, you guys might have a disagreement over where to go. What to do, and she's gonna go with what you say. You'd like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. How dare you talk down to me? I choose this. That's who you want as a friend. Someone you can walk all over. It's perfect.
How are you going to come to a world?
Excuse me.
I could go and tackle the problem then.
I can go along with the lady in the front and her arguments because they're logical.
Carla.
Yes, this other lady, I'm sorry, she says that because we're wearing furs, we're totally uncaring human beings. I rescued 2 dogs from...
Oh, wow. You rescued 2 dogs. What'd you do to the animals that are on your back right now? And my God, talk about looking completely stupid.
Other human beings, so-called caring human beings.
Hang on.
Pardon?
A speciesist. A
Well, you
speciesist.
can give me,
Oh my
you
God,
can
that's
give
a
me
new one.
stupid
Don't
labels,
start.
whatever you like.
Hang on,
But I
hang
just
on.
feel you have your prerogative to think what you feel. I have mine, and I don't think you've got the right to come up to me in Oxford Street, Regent Street, Bond Street, wherever you like,
She does.
and disfigure or throw stuff over me.
She didn't do that, but she could.
I've never done that, but I've got the rights. If I see these are coats of cruelty, that's what I call
This
it. You've
came
got
from
your
Dr. Bernardo's.
I
This
don't
was
care.
£8. This
Can I-
piece was £1. It cost me £9 in toto, and I gave my money to charity. Fine.
Yeah. You seem like such a charitable person. Yeah, you're not just wearing a fur coat at this fucking debate over the animals' rights, right? No, you're definitely you, lady, are the one who we should all look up to.
You're advocating the fashion of
Hang on.
cruelty.
Let me get somebody else.
Those
Come on.
coats-
I want somebody else. I want somebody who speaks. I want somebody who speaks quietly. and says, like Carla, quietly, sensibly, I hope I've got the right one.
I'll try. I'm just very interested to know what's the difference between wearing the skins off those 2 dogs that you rescued and that
Well,
coat.
quite frankly, if it was that people did and my dogs died and their skins were available for me.
Yeah, that's not what happens, though, you dumbass. Have you listened to nothing? It's just, you know, it's like, man, why even bother? Why even
To
bother?
wear, I'd be quite happy to wear them.
Those animals, you see, they didn't just die. They were killed for the coat. That's the difference. Would you kill a dog?
I wouldn't deliberately kill my dog to make a coat out of him. No, that's obvious.
Oh, is that obvious?
Yes, but all I feel...
It's not that obvious because they are like canine type animals, right? That are used for coats. Foxes, pretty dog-like. They're basically dogs. So yeah, you would. But again, you're just ignorant. And you could have listened during this debate. You could have. You didn't. You could have.
That these were garments who belonged to some little old lady somewhere. I've recycled them and some money has gone into...
Well, that's not the question, though, is it, lady? That's not the question of recycling. Do you understand that they're not talking about the recycle? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. I can't, guys. I can't. Man. I'm sorry to yell at the microphone. Some of y'all might have been like wearing... You might have been wearing headphones. Let me check for poops. Gotta check my chat for poops. Every now and then I check my chat. There's poop all over the place. Jake, look. He's throwing poops around. He's throwing makeup brushes around. Jules. Look at that. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Okay, I see.
Dr. Bernardo.
The cruel death has created them.
No, I've got somebody else talking, please. Oh, you're going to ask a question quietly. You promise?
Promise.
On your honour?
On my honour, I'll ask quietly. If that coat came directly from an animal that had been, 40 animals had been trapped and suffered agonising deaths, would you bought that
I
coat?
wouldn't be happy about it. Obviously not.
Okay, then what are you arguing?
Then
what are you arguing? If you were saying that you're against the fur trade, then why the fuck are you arguing for the fur trade? She's all butthurt because she has this... Look, lady, you're literally there to promote fur. That's why you're wearing that coat. You came to the thing. You knew it was a fur thing. You came to this. Good job, lady. I like her. She's the best, man.
If we find out that the farm animals are also cruelly treated or inhumanely, what's the word, Carla? Inhumanely.
Inhumanely.
I was thinking, are there alternatives, do you think?
I think there are many alternatives. I mean, I don't think you have to look smart in order to wear a fur coat, or you don't necessarily look smart if you wear one. And there's so many alternative clothing methods.
Look at that mannequin.
Available now, and a fake fur is not necessarily an alternative. It's not a question of one or another. You go into any department store and there's a wide variety of clothes that where no animal cruelty.
Okay, let's look at some alternatives. We've got some models here who are wearing fur and fake fur. Come on down, girls, and Paul, and let's see what you're wearing.
Get him, Ingrid. Get him. Go up there with... That would be awesome if Ingrid disrupted this shit.
Do you know the difference? Yes, everybody shouts yes. Do you know the difference? Which is the fake? Come on, tell me which is the fake.
I really couldn't. I really couldn't tell you.
You can't tell?
No.
Okay. Does anybody not? The men not know? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so. I think the one on the far left is real.
Say yes or no. It's real, right? Go on.
That one's fake.
Which one's fake?
The next one's fake.
The next one's fake. Well, hang on, the fella's agreeing here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
I would say the black and white one, the girl
Joe, the
third away
nearest
from
one
me.
to it. Oh, the girl,
it
the
looks-
leopard type thing.
Yeah, it looks fake because the length of the fibres just looks too uniform.
Okay, you're going. Hang on, no, hang on, Elliot. You're going along with that.
Yeah, I go along with that. I think.
Which is the real one then? What about this end that Joe's wearing?
I'd say it goes
the closest one.
real,
I think is real.
fake, fake, real.
Real?
No.
So from our
real,
area.
real, fake, real, fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we give a microphone to give it to Paul? Can we get another microphone
In other
on?
words-
So I can speak to Joe.
In other words, they can't figure it out. Point made.
Joe, are you wearing real or fake? Pardon?
Yeah, I thought that was
real.
The two ones at the end are real. And the middle ones, the one on the left of the middle
Hang on,
is
say it
definitely
again.
fake.
Say it again.
It looks like a dead animal sitting on her head.
On Joe.
On this last one here.
Okay, hang on. Let just a moment.
She looks like she's carrying a dead animal, and she looks like she has a dead animal on her
Joe?
head.
Well, it doesn't
No, I want
feel
Joe to
like
speak. Come on.
it. It doesn't feel like it, actually. I mean, I
Please.
don't wear real furs in real life, but this is my job. So if they tell me to wear it, I will wear it. But what I will say is that
What are you
I'm
wearing,
fed up
Joe?
of being hoodwinked into not being able to wear it. If I want to wear it, I would wear it. It just so happens I wouldn't.
think that everybody-
It's too like victimisation. I think the only word in there is victimisation. We should not be victimised at all.
Okay,
Joe, what are you wearing then? What is it?
Well, this, I don't actually know. I think it's silver fox. But if I wouldn't normally wear it in real life, but if I,
There you go.
if it's a job, then I'll wear it, and that's it.
Paul, what are you wearing?
I think it's mink.
What do you mean you think it's mink?
I don't know.
Is it real?
It's my job as well. I just do it as a profession. I
Okay,
wear
can you do a
clothes.
Kilroy on the next model and ask her what she's wearing?
I'm wearing a really fake fur.
Come on, Paul.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, it's real.
Percy?
Yeah, that's real fox.
Is that tell us,
Dyed fox.
tell me the value of them, Percy.
Oh, they're not. This coat here, I would say
What
that's
Paul's wearing?
Paul's, I would say that's probably in the region of around £4,500, £5,000.
Yeah.
The hat's probably about £400 or £500. Yeah. The muff would be about another £400 or £500.
What about the fake in the middle?
The fake would be about £400 or £500, I imagine. Three to five. It depends who designed it. It depends on some designer names like Vivienne Westwood get higher prices. Other
Because of the
designer-
label.
Because of the label, you see.
Okay, lads, fellas, girls, if you don't mind.
Can I
Thank you.
just say
Oh, yeah,
on
go on
the
while they're there. You
subject,
still want to talk?
is that I'm very glad that that's a fake because the fair trade has brought spotted cats to the edge of extinction along with many other animals. So I'm very pleased that is a fake.
Absolute rubbish.
No, that's the fact.
No.
They're an endangered species, spotted cats, and the fair trade was the main reason behind that.
Hold on. If that's the problem, that Henry, if they're fake, if you could tell the fake so obviously and so clearly, thank you. If you'd like to, I don't want to get rid of you. It's just that we can't get any cameras in. If they,
Yes.
go on, let's see what you.
Some models, and I understand people have to do things for a living, but some models have can take heart. Christy Turlington just posed nude for an ad. I'd rather go naked than wear fur. And a lot of models are saying, no, we won't model it anymore. It's like ivory. We won't sell ivory. There's certain things that are beyond the pale, and fur is now beyond the pale.
Where are we? Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Well, Christy Turlington is one of the.
These fur things are interesting, huh? They sure are. $1,000 left, Jake.
The top models right around. I mean, those guys really can't afford to pick and choose. It comes down to that sort of thing as well.
There are some, though, who are really joining together, and when they join together, they're forceful, and they tell an industry exactly what they will and won't do, and they move the industry just as we do as consumers. So they can live
But
up
it's still
to
just
their
their
own
choice.
standards.
If we're saying at one level, people are arguing that you don't have to have fur, it doesn't have to be real, that's trapped in a cruel way, it doesn't have to be one that's farmed inhumanely, it can be a fake. Yeah, everybody here knew, except the fellas, well, even they did really, knew which the fake was. It isn't an alternative then, is it?
Well, it doesn't really matter if there's an alternative or not. I mean, it's a perfectly nice looking coat. I mean, what do you?
But it's not something that would attract you.
What's the point of copying
Like, what do you mean? She's cool too.
a fur? If you really like a fur, wear a fur. Why wear a fake?
Well, because a fake is not cruel, and a fake you still get the look. If that's what you want, personally, I don't think that it's a particularly good look. But if you like that look,
Fake looks.
No.
Look as good.
Fur is not a good look.
Carla, if we're talking like this, if we're saying we're not going to wear fur for whatever warmth, attraction, clothing, whatever, and we're not going to farm them, where do we start drawing the line in our use of animals?
In our use of animals?
Yeah.
All the way.
Oh.
All the way.
Animals are so abused so often for so many things that it's hard to know where to begin. I'm amazed that ladies here can discuss whether or not it looks real. What the hell does it matter whether it looks real? Are you wearing your
Hold on, don't shout,
Are you wearing your fur coat just to prove to us all that it's real? What is behind it?
Sorry.
You said before that you bought that coat because the animal was already dead.
Yes,
you
right.
can't use that excuse. The reason the animal you bought was dead was because people bought others before you. And as long as you buy anything, you proliferate the trade. It will carry on.
But you're talking about that coat, which you said was fake. I grew up with one which was real. It was a real fur on the carpet.
Whoop-de-doo.
So I know automatically what is real and what is
But what difference
And you can see the difference. If you're
Who cares?
going to make a fake, make it a good fake so you can see the difference.
So you can't see the difference.
So you can't see the difference. Sorry.
Who, like, yeah, I'm with, obviously y'all know where I am on this one, but it's just like, what does it matter that 1% difference? Who cares? Who cares? Man.
Hold on, please. I've got one. I can only take one at a time. Go on.
I just think it comes down to one simple thing. Animals were put on this earth for us to eat and us to wear. They're...
Oh, man. Look at this fucking knob.
That's the bottom line.
Carol? You just said that's right. Oh, okay, so all that shit about because the animal was already dead was full of shit, wasn't it? It was full of shit.
Like to say that society.
That's the bottom line. Carol?
I'd just like to say that society
Carol,
has
I'm with you.
started to draw a line on the use of animals. We have actually banned internationally sealing. We've banned internationally the ivory trade. We've banned commercial whaling. Now the fur trade is the last abuse of wild animals which needs banning. So let's all act now and let's get a ban.
I agree with that woman there, because I'm wearing a fur coat. I'm the only man here with a fur coat, and I think apart from the Wolfman there. And I don't wear mine by choice. This coat was to be dumped in a dustbin, and by a person who had murdered my brother with a knife.
What? What? Dude, shut the fuck. Get out of here with your shit. I don't wear this by choice. It belonged to my brother. He was murdered. Dude, get this madman out of here.
And I got this coat sitting here in front of you. And as I look at this coat, and I look
What, this was some kind of recompense or apology? The coat was part of a...
My brother went, and this knife, I want it to be as horrific as I seen him on the slab. This knife was about that length, about 18 inches. It went right through and spewed his spine and a lot, and the backbone and everything, killed him. All because he was trying to save an old man and an old woman from being ridiculed crossing the road. Now,
But nothing to do with fur.
it was funny. Yes, it has. It has.
all right.
Yes, yes. But this coat here belonged to the woman that did it with this other fella. She was an accomplice. And she ran and threw that knife in the river. And I was applying to be Bud Flanagan on Stars in Their Eyes, as you can see. Well, this woman gave me this coat. Well, when she offered me this coat, I took it because I thought, well, all the little animals that's been killed to make this coat. And my brother had to leave his cubs behind. There's a lot of little cubs here on my back. And I feel sad about it. Really.
But don't you feel morally
awful worry. Like, I don't care that they were killed. That
Should we talk about it? Should we talk about that weird story? No.
really upsets me. But the point is, you're perpetuating it by wearing it. Surely what you should do is burn it.
No.
Why
no,
not?
I won't burn it because this woman is going to be punished for me wearing this coat.
Why? How's she punished?
Hang on. She can, every time she sees me now in this coat, she's terrified.
I could never, ever wear a fur coat from the age
I
of...
think that...
Hang on, let me finish.
I can't wear one because I feel that this is my skin. This is what I wear. That's not my skin. That's like wearing another person's skin.
Carla, how do you think this is all going to end? Are campaigns like the one we see in the cinema? Is the kind of the campaigns of the kind that Carol and you have conducted in the past? Are we going to see an end to the way in which animals are treated like this?
Oh, it's hard. I mean, we've got a great brick wall in front of us because it's money, you see. And when you're talking about cruelty, you're talking about money. And I'm afraid money is what everybody wants. And we need a government who will be more sympathetic. Indeed, a government who know what's going on. That would help.
Well, perhaps one day we'll get one. This is our last program before Christmas. We're back on Tuesday, January the 4th. Have a good Christmas. Take care of yourselves. See you then.
Too bad we didn't get that story first, so we all could have. Man, okay. It's a new one. Guys, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you all. Maybe I'll see some of y'all later if I go on and do something. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brian, for donating. That's really sweet of you. Thank you, Jake, for all the poops and the jewels and all the things that you gave me. Yeah, it was special. That was special. All right. Good night, guys. Take care.